He goes, well, you know, Zen, why are you awake at 4 a.m. again? Because of freaks and sound and a bunch of questions that I have, which, let's see, maybe is that light gonna be disturbing to anyone? I don't know. So in the parking lot of my building, car alarms go off all the time. And it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Because I'm quite certain there aren't people just randomly kicking in car doors and breaking into cars in the afternoon and the evening. Like, just as this... Who cares about a car alarm anymore? How do these car alarms just continually go off? There's literally nothing. What's up, Sin? Yeah, man, this place, as all of the cool and awesome amenities, there's no jacuzzi here. There should be. It's a sweet ass pool and a room back there that has like couches and comforts, and there needs to be a jacuzzi here, and there just isn't. But whatever. Do I see the moon? Yeah, it's almost, well, let me see where it's at. Currently, from my position, can I see the moon? No, I seen it earlier. I think it's behind me over here. Quite nice, huh? Tomorrow's a full moon, yeah? So, just random, just those random, like freaks, people that have, how often they do whatever the fuck they do. Like, why am I up right now? That's what I wouldn't be awake right now, but I don't know. I like oxygen, so I leave my window open, and if I leave my window open, I get to hear all of the weirdness of what's going on outside. It's the red moon? No, I think it's not. Well, it is going to be red, but the name of it is something interesting. Anyways, yeah. So like, why would I be up right now? It doesn't make any sense. But because my window's open, I could hear the frequency of car alarms just randomly going off. And I live in a good neighborhood. Hi, cat. How you doing, kitty? Hi. I live in a good neighborhood. It's a gated area. Like, my community is gated. It doesn't need to be. It used to, years and years ago. But, it gentrified a little bit, blah, blah, blah. This is a good area. Like, no one's scared walking around the streets. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. But it's gated. But there's all of these cars that just randomly, and is it random, and why? There's I want to go down and just leave a note on these people's fucking cars, like, cut your car alarm off, because nobody fucking cares. I mean, it's not. No one's stealing your shit. No one's you drive a 1982 Ford Aerostar. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing important in there. Like, who does it just sit there? I don't know. Is it part of a grand experiment? I mean, what the fuck? I mean, don't get me wrong. Would I rather live in the middle of a city? Would I rather live in the middle of downtown, somewhere that's, I don't know, fucking New York City or something, where it's just like there's constantly noise happening. I mean, I don't mind it. Whenever I lived in cities, you get used to a certain type of noise. And it's kind of like city mouse, country mouse, right? If you live in the country, if the sound of anything other than crickets and the occasion, you know what I mean? That occasional kind of, it's quiet, and you're comfortable with that. And if you were moved to the city, you probably couldn't fall asleep, and vice versa. If you were used to cars and the chitter chatter of the comings and goings of people, and walking around the streets, and deliveries here, and getting this, that, I mean, you'd be used to that, and that would be comfortable. If you went to the country, you'd be like, this shit is too quiet. I don't get it. But I'm talking about, like, what are these freaks doing? Do people become old and complacent? Is that what it is? Is that where we live? Is that where we're living, in a time and space of just old freaks that just think, it's like, honey, your day has passed. Just move on. And everybody's like complaining about, like, oh, all the old people are dying because of the fucking blah blah blah. Like, well, maybe they needed to go. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't want to be here anyways. Most people, I've heard they've done quite a few studies on this idea that people don't die unless they want to. And I think this whole thing is giving people an excuse to just bow out. Hi, cat. Good to see you again. Hey, kitty. Kitty, come over here. Hey, baby. Oh, kitty, come here. Oh, there's a kitty right here, you guys. Come here. Come here. It's okay. Come on. Come here, baby. Well, it's a little kitten, too. I'll have to show you. Come here. It's okay. You come over here. Hey, baby. Oh, nice to see you. Are you looking for your playmates or something? There's this cute little kitten right here. Just walks around back here. I don't know if it's someone's cat that's just turned into an outdoor cat, or if it's like a city cat that found its way into here. It usually doesn't walk over towards me, but tonight it does. Well, the constant bombardment and the noises. I mean, I'm very comfortable with either. However, there's just like obnoxious, annoying. Okay, so why did the church bells go off at 6 a.m. still? Ain't nobody going to fucking church in the city at 6 a.m. I just want to remind people of this. And I want to go over to the church, which is, I think it's a school now, but whatever. At 6 a.m., the bells go off. They just start. You'll hear them in a little bit. What time is it? Like 5 something right now? Oh, it's 4:30. See, I don't know if I'll be on here for that long, but 6 a.m. Boom, those bitches go off. And like, no one in New Orleans people don't go to work until 9 o'clock. I mean, it's just what it is. Like, this is a slow moving, like, people are out late, and they get up late, and they take the day off early. I mean, hi, kitty kid. Hi, baby. Oh, look at, you should see this little cat. He's so cute. It's gotta be like, I don't know. I'm not familiar with the size of like how big cats should be, but I think it's a kitten. Yeah, so like, why do the church bells go off? Like, ain't nobody over here religious. Ain't nobody waking up at 6 o'clock. Ain't nothing other than the fact that it's making people get up and be awake. Like, fuck that. I don't want to hear the bells. But if I were to get up and just start screaming at 6 a.m., people would be like, stop doing that. That's fucking annoying, and it's obnoxious, and it's rude. Right? It'd be rude. But what am I supposed to say? Because I don't know whose fucking car's alarms are going off. I could go and figure it out, but I'd have to go I don't know, 8 different times. Be like, hey, this car, what, is it the same car? What kind of dumb shit is this? Nothing's happening. The car alarm just fucking goes off, and and then I'm gonna have to go do that, and then I'm gonna have to go to the church and be like, hey, no one likes your bells. Turn them the fuck off. No one cares. It's not. You're not accomplishing anything. You're not getting the masses to get up out of bed so they can come to your goddamn piece of shit ass stupid religious nonsense that you're not even doing. It's just yeah, man. We want to hear that. That's a good idea. We don't have a say or a choice in the matter because of these fundamental religious freak fucks. But anybody else does that, they're out of line. You're out of order. You're not. I'm always at a place of complete awe of the workings of people's minds. Yeah, it's like Gary, but a permanent 6 a.m. wake up call. Get the fuck up. I mean, hey, again, I don't mind getting up at 6 a.m. sometimes. I don't mind it, but that has to be on my clock. Not some asshole that rings hell's bells and then calls them angelic. If this was a religious town and people were devout and they had a following and they believed in something and people all unanimously decided to get up and to the bullfrogs and go milk their cow and churn some butter and go to church and read the same stupid fucking book every Sunday, I would be okay with that, and would have to be every day. Every day. Like, nobody's going to, like, today is Monday, right? Or is it Tuesday? I don't know what the fuck. What the fuck is my brain doing? It's Tuesday, yeah. People are going to get up. It's 6 a.m. whenever I get up in the afternoon. Thank you, Sam. Like, but people are just going to fucking get up on a Monday or a Tuesday at whatever time to go to church. Who's doing that? Go ahead and ring the bells on a Sunday, which makes the most sense because, hey, obviously no one in New Orleans stays out late. No one's having a party. No one's doing anything fun. We go to bed early and we're early to rise. I'm really curious because I live in a building. There's a lot of older folks here, and for the longest time when I first moved here, I would see ambulances here all the time. The fire alarm go off in the building. Now I'm not around the house during the day so often. I just go out, so maybe it still happens, but the fire alarm just randomly goes off, and it's extra loud and extra annoying. And I have to ask the simple question is, why? Like, most of the time it's like some old person left their stove on and they're burning the chicken cordon bleu or whatever the fuck they're eating, and then they took all the old people drugs and they're sitting there just conked out. Could be that. But anyways, I would see an ambulance here all the time because some old person fell down and couldn't get up, had a heart attack. I don't know. I wonder in these walls in this building how often someone dies here. I mean, right behind me is a graveyard, so I mean it's easy. They can just toss their body over there. I wonder. And that's what I'm saying is, why is the fire alarm go off so often? Why is the car alarms go off? Like, no, is it just people that their shit's fucked up and there's nothing? I mean, how many old people are on how many prescription drugs? You're like, oh, they're old, they're senile. I'm like, no, they're old and on drugs, you fuck. They didn't just become old and unaware. They got old, and the doctor gave them 6 prescriptions, and they get up and they just start popping pills. They're just popping pills. Like, if anybody else, and you know what they do? Then they go get in their car and drive somewhere. Old people are like, I mean, if you want to be old and be an elder and you're still part of life and whatever, I've seen those people. And then other old people are they're just a waste. They're no better than an average. Oh, they're no better than an average crackhead. No better. In fact, probably worse. At least the crackhead knows better than the fucking drive. Old people, they just think, oh, you have to be a certain. You couldn't go and get a driver's license if you walked in there at 10 years old and completely fucked up on prescription meds and tried to drive, because you wouldn't be able to. But yet old people who can barely fucking walk, how do they have the reflexes to even operate a 2,000-pound weapon? They don't. Yet they're still driving around. Still doing they're still like, alright, they deserve it. Ugh. It's 5. Oh, yeah. Hey, thank you, Gary. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's not a country song, and it's not stupid. Do you know who sings that? It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's one of the greatest. Yeah, what you talking about? So, I don't know. I mean, there's the trappings of reality. Hello, cat. I wish you guys could see this cat, but I'm not going to turn the phone because the cat's too dark anyways. You won't be able to see it. He's a very curious. See, he's up. What's the cat doing awake? He's just walking around, sniffing, playing. The trappings of reality, and most of the trappings of this reality are a bunch of old freaks. We have to sit there and still look at. If you really believe the best choice to run a company, any company, any organization is looking like a Joe Biden, you're completely insane. You're an insane person. You're on drugs. You are part of the problem. He is the problem, because not because of him personally, but because people think that's a good idea, that needs to be what runs the business. No wonder if you were to run a fucking McDonald's and he was the manager of McDonald's, he would somehow drive it into the ground. He would break it. Everything was all plotted out. He was like, just fuck it up. Oh, speaking of fucking shit up, Uber? No, not Uber. Lyft? Yeah, Lyft. Uber does it too, but Lyft, I had gotten an email saying, hey, two free rides. 2 free rides. I was like, oh, that's cool, because sometimes I got to get places. Just like anybody, I got places to be. 2 free rides. As long as it was going to a place to get the ouchie jabby whackers. If you get one of those if you want to go get experimental drugs jammed into your person, they'll give you a free ride to do it and back. Because they had teamed up. It said partnered with the White House. You realize to have a partnership with something, it has to be an entity unto itself. You can't just partnership with the idea of what does that mean? With who? Why do they care? What does it benefit them? Like, what does it benefit them if you're, living, dead, productive, non-productive? What does it benefit them? So why would they do that? Who's paying who? They're paying for people to go, like, for what? It's all completely just. I mean, are people just old, bored, insane freaks? Is that what it is? Is it not that we're controlled by higher alien intelligence, and in fact, it's just that as some alien experiment, and really what we're working with is a bunch of, I don't know, old insane people, just because they have no better, and no one wants to be like, hey, shut the fuck up, old person, you're stupid, like, you don't stop, you're on drugs, just maybe this whole thing is a culling of that. Everybody's complaining about it, but I don't know if it's a bad thing anymore. I thought for a while, I thought it was I thought it was just inhumane, and I'm starting to believe I could have been wrong. It's actually the most sensible thing that could happen. Does that sound like heartless? No, it doesn't sound heartless. Because it's their choice. They're already on drugs. All of these people, they're already on prescription medication all day. As they sit here and drink a glass of wine. Yes, that is of my doing, of my choice. I consent to this consumption of this beverage. But I don't consent to the other bullshit, right? Other people like that. But if that's what takes them to the, to the tombstone, from the cradle to the grave, from the womb to the tomb, so be it. I think we could do without a lot of these people. I think we do. Most of them, and as I think my major, it's because I care about people so much that I can't care about everyone. So you have to be selective. And selectively, I'll say there's a bunch of people that would be better off not being on this realm. People gonna come and go in this realm all the time, and there's some people that are just like they've overstayed their entire being on this planet. Hey, maybe I'm one of them. Who knows? Maybe just fucking. Maybe I just go. Eh. I mean, I don't think so. Like mosquitoes. Mosquitoes have overstayed their welcome. I don't care. I asked somebody the other day about what do mosquitoes do. They're like, well, it's doing. I'm like, no, they're just annoying. They're not required for. If you get rid of bees, pretty much the planet, everything dies. If you get rid of mosquitoes, I think we'd be fine. There's a lot of things you get rid of. There's certain fish you get rid of that nobody would care. It's not really reason for them to be there. Who wants to chain? You could get rid of. You don't need certain birds. There's just some things that are not required. And the larger scale of bio-acoustic resonance in this realm, other animals will take up for the frequency that's not being made. And do we need the frequency, the sound, resonance of? Do you remember Jim Carrey in the movie Dumb and Dumber? When he goes, you want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? What if you had to hear that all the time? You know what's an annoying sound to me? Just like the gnawing of old, stupid people talking about nothing, just gumming away at nothing. And you would think that what I'm saying here is I don't like elderly people, which is untrue. It's not true at all. I've really thoroughly enjoyed most of the older people that live here and on the planet. I get along with most of them. But some of them are just mad, fucking worthless and obnoxious. As stupid and worthless and obnoxious as a crackhead that lives under the bridge that asks for money. I walked past a dude the other day who asked me. He's sitting there. He might have a needle hanging on his arm. I don't even know, dude. He's just like that motherfucker that just looked like he had just fallen out of a heroin binge or something. And he asked me, he goes, bro, you got a mask? I'm like, do I have a mask for what? He's like asking me if I can give him a mask. I'm like, dude, you're on the corner smoking crack. What are you talking about? Like, that person could literally, I mean, I wouldn't have this funny story and that experience, but like, they could not be in this realm, and I think, I'm just guessing that everyone would be better off for it. You know what's funny? You know who doesn't get the little jabby walkers? Those people. The 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 unwell, the junkies, the people that do all of the drugs. They're not going to go to there to get that. But because of a few things now, because they could go to a bar and get free food and a shot of beer, a shot and a beer. To get that experiment done, they might do it. They might do it, and it might work. Wouldn't that be the best place to start? See how that shit works on them? I don't know. Gary, it seems like the powers that be completely destroy the old people in order to not be able to pass on pertinent information. Well, yes. I mean, most of those old people, they were started to be destroyed way earlier. Like, their life was already not. The elders exist. They're just few and far between. There's a lot of old fucking stupid people. I mean, that's just what it is. Because, I mean, everybody's like, oh, they're old, they must know a lot, they've seen a lot, they've been through a lot. Okay. Yeah, you know what? And so somebody that's done, somebody's worked in a fucking a restaurant washing dishes every day. Yeah, they've seen a lot too. They've seen a lot of dishes. What the fuck are they gonna tell me? What the fuck are they gonna tell anybody about the world? I said, I washed the dishes, and I know some shit. Yeah, and then they come home and they pop their Xanax and then 6 other drugs that the doctor prescribed, and then like that's what I want to hear about. That's what I need to know. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that not being part of reality. Yes, and I hear you, man. Yeah, I haven't even really paid attention to it, but here's the thing. I was talking to somebody the other day who lives in they're a busker, so they travel and they do magic, and they, so their life isn't really revolved around one place and like television. But they go, oh man, I wake up and I'm outside and I don't really think about the mask thing. And they tell me about things that occur when they're at places where they enforce the bullshit. And they're like the kind of run-ins they've had with people that are insisting on them putting a mask on, like to the point that the person's been like, they're working in a store and they get red in the face and they start screaming and they're like, it's so fucking funny. That's the thing. Like these people, they're so fucking dumb and so fucking believing that their shit doesn't stink and that they're privileged because they put a fucking mask on and let somebody experimentally stick some drugs in them. I mean, I don't get it. And then afterwards they go, well, I'm like, so you're good then, right? You don't need to. Nope, they still need to. You still need to put the mask on, you do, and everybody does. I seen a motherfucker again, like, oh man, as much as I've seen a lot of people do things without it now, which is amazing to have to talk about this and even say it. You know, I've seen a lot of people just go, I don't really care anymore. They're just like, either you're gonna let me. Small businesses are kind of at this point where they're not gonna say shit to you because they need the money. They need the money at this point. If I walk out, then other people that do not wear masks walk out, and they don't get our money, and their business fails because it's already been failing because they did something stupid by closing the doors a long time ago. But yes, so as much as I've seen a lot of people take the masks off, I seen somebody, they're like rocking this music out, you know, they got a nice car, and they got their window slightly cracked, and just middle of the day, just mask on and driving in their car with the mask on. Now, I see this all the time. Usually they have their windows up, and it's usually their windows are probably dirty, and their vehicle is a piece of shit, and you can tell they're just done with the world anyways. They're wearing their mask in their vehicle. No, this looked like a reason. Like I was like, he looked like clean cut. He looked like he had his whole life ahead of him. I'm like, it's literally 90 degrees out almost, and you're sitting there just masked up. How you're in your car, and nobody else was in the car either. What's up? What's up, Dee? The masks and tears are everywhere here. It's very efficient. What's up, Nature Boy? Good to see you. Yeah, it's a bizarre thing. Actually, you know what? One of my friends would oddly wear a mask that I knew of as a person that is completely an explicit weirdo who doesn't really give a shit about anything. Like, I mean, he loves things. I mean, he cares deeply about the world, but he's like, he just doesn't really. He doesn't put up with bullshit. You know, he would put a mask on all the time, and really, like, I've just seen recently, like, he just put it on at the weirdest times when he felt like, I don't know, like times I was like, what are you doing? Like, I didn't say anything. I'm like, if that's what you want to do. And you know what's funny is it's not, because most people that put the masks on are like stupid and ugly people. Let's be honest, people wear masks because they think they're ugly, and so they project ugliness. They put a mask on. He, however, is very good looking, very attractive. He very engaging with people. He puts a mask on. I'm like, wow, what are you doing? And it's funny because he's put out, since I've seen him, he's put a bunch of weight on. He seems more sick. I haven't really asked him about his health and well-being, but it seems to be in a steady decline. And he's, I don't know. You know what? I fucking don't know how old he is. He probably at this point looks a little older than me, but I think he's in his 30s. I think he's in his early 30s, maybe 33. Yeah, this math thing is so fucking funny. I mean, I hate to turn this into a begrudging moaning thing, but I think, you know, if I don't say it, it's gonna rattle around in my head, and if I don't say it, who the fuck is? And some people like, hey, I'm glad somebody else gets what the fuck I'm feeling. Yes, I'm tired of car alarms going off randomly. Nobody cares. No one's stealing your fucking car. You have a shitty car. No one wants it. No one's taking anything out of it. Turn your car alarm off. Cut the fucking wire. Just remove. All you need to do here. Listen, if you have a car alarm that goes off randomly because your car's a piece of shit, it might be in your glove box. It might be under your hood, but you can remove the you know, there's like break like a circuits that go to the different things in your car, like you can go and remove that. It's just a little, it's pretty easy to do. Remove that and shut off the church bells because nobody's hearing that bullshit. And I don't know. And old people that are willing to go get the thing. Yeah, I seen. Here's a story if you guys weren't here for it the other day. I've lived in New Orleans 10 years. And somewhere around there, I guess. And so I've seen a number of things happen that are quite awesomely hilarious. You get to see people trip over things and fall over and all sorts of just funny shit, stumbling around, drunk and foolish and derangement and lunacy. Yes, it's everywhere, and it's hilarious, and I'm good with that. However, I've never seen really an old person fall over, and I've never seen anyone on a streetcar. You know, it's like a trolley, a train, a tram, a streetcar. But the other day, I seen an old dude fall out of the streetcar onto his. He ate all of the shit. He ate just his face and everything. Just ate the pavement. But I don't think he ate it because he was wearing a mask. And I'm pretty sure that because he had that on, he couldn't breathe properly. So his brain and his general functioning as a human was probably diminished. Like how much he was capable of using. I mean, he was old and kind of out of shape. So I'm assuming like he didn't have the greatest dexterity. But nah, my dude just fell out of the fucking thing. Never seen it happen before. And yeah, you know, I bet he probably went to the hospital and maybe suffered. You know, he might still be there. And I'm sure I guess you could all guess what he got diagnosed with. Stupidity. Well, Nature Boy, the thing about the banks though is that that's got to be funny. Going into a bank, because you realize, like in the past, if you walked into a bank a year and a half ago, if you walked into a bank with a mask on, they would immediately tell you to leave. They'd be like, the security guard would probably pull out his pistol. Now it's the other way around, where if you walked in, they're like, without a mask, isn't that? Yeah, exactly. There was never a need. Sin. Now they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it now. Yeah, a friend of mine's friend that I'm you know, I'm acquaintance with. They work at a bank, and I told them last year. I was like, you realize everything's changing in the economy, and here's what's happening. I was like, he's not going to have a job in a year, and they thought I was bullshitting. I get an email, I get a text the other day. Oh, his position has been removed from the bank because banking doesn't work the way it used to. Come on, alien. I mean, but you already know how I feel, but the truther community goes suck a dick. Because there's so many factions to it. It's usually, if you say truther, in the same breath you have to say vegan, you have to say alkaline, you have to say raw, you have to say, there's a bunch of things. I don't know what things within that community it takes to be a truther. I don't know where it ends. I don't know how many labels. But I don't know where the realm being flat fits in there. It's probably in there. It definitely includes vegan, so that eliminates me. Which to me that is so far from the truth. it's that the whole truther thing. The whole here, I'll make a whole video on that shit. I was be like, oh, you're a truther, you know what the fuck is up. Yeah, I know what the fuck is up. That's why I'm not in that community. What do you mean you don't like truth? You don't like the truth? Like, no, I just don't like idiots that just buy into whatever the pop culture nonsense is. The truther community is pop culture. I mean, it's just frustrating because I go like, so you're vegan and you got to go green and get an electric car. And it's the same people in the same breath that would tell you that everything about Hollywood is horseshit. That Hollywood is fucked and it's stupid and you shouldn't believe anything they say. Well, you know what everything Hollywood says to people now is? Go green, get an electric car, go vegan. You know what I'm saying? So I thought they were wrong. So then you are exactly, you've become the thing that you fucking hate. Well, maybe they were right about that. No, they're still fucking completely bullshitting you. Taking you, it's a dog and pony show, dude. And you're getting fucking led to nowhere land, led to oblivion. And you know what sucks with that? You got to walk around amongst these cuckolds. If you here's something y'all should try for your day. Say word, pick a word that you find somewhat offensive and say it. Like cuckold is a funny word. I don't find it offensive. It would be hard for me to find an offensive word. I don't think it really exists. Just say cuckold. Say cunt. You know what I mean? Find a word that is it's just a weird word that you maybe, I don't know, maybe you've never used the word purple in a day. Use purple, I don't know. Say, hey, look at that shit, it's purple. And someone will look at it and be like, it's actually not purple. Good conversation starter. Hey, what time is it? 30 minutes past green. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, just say weird shit. Because at this point, the random, nonsensical horseshit that is spewed out of everyone's mouth is so amazing that I don't think anybody has a goddamn clue as to what they're saying ever. People are they've become conveyor belts of random bullshit. There's no people trying to become scholars. There's no people trying to become an elder. There's no people trying to be a wisdom keeper. You know, like, what's anyone's purpose anymore? Safe space? Oh no, yes, I know. When they have like a free speech zone at a college, that kills me. Funky? I like funky. Funky is a good word to find. Funky is fun. Yeah. I think most days I'll throw the word funky in there somewhere. Like someone, you smell funky. Or like something's funky. Or jazzy. Or fresh. It's I'm just scrolling through here. Yeah, for me, a groovy. Yeah, groovy I use all the time. I especially use groovy. I mean, you probably have, if you have listened to me enough. I say it on here, but yeah, groovy is a good word. It harkens back to the days when you could go to college. This is what I was saying earlier. When everywhere was a free speech zone, and now, I mean, because the entire world, that's what it's supposed to be. Now there's zones for that in college campuses. There's safe spaces and free speech zones, and like here you can say these words and here you cannot. Like, oh man. I watched a video the other day and it said, should free speech be regulated? And so of course I didn't watch the video because it's just like clickbait. It's gotta be, it's just, it was mouth masturbation for whoever. I had to be. I didn't listen to it. So I just typed in the comments. I was like, should you regulate a bird singing? And then I have a bunch of comments after that, and somebody just typed out like a paragraph on how a bird song is nothing like saying fire in a movie theater. I'm like, okay, well, just as a general rule, don't be a fucking retard. You know what I mean? Don't be a dick in a movie theater. And, you know, but here's the thing. Yell it in a movie theater. Go see what happens. Nothing will happen. Nothing. Literally nothing. Because people will look around and say, nothing's on fire. There is no smoke. There is no... You can't... What's going to light on fire in a fucking movie theater? It's all fire retardant, you retards. You know, like, you can... what do you think? What do you think all of that material is made of? And where? What? Who has... Who's just walking in a theater with enough gasoline and whatever, and that wouldn't even work. It wouldn't even work. Like, that's so insane. You can't... you know, you're gonna light a fucking metallic chair and that whatever the material is made of, you know, it's like you can't light that shit on. It doesn't work. Gluteus maximus. Gonads. All right. Glutes, gonads, and gluteus maximus. So we're into the G's. Do you guys want me to alliterate the G's right now? Gargantuan, gladiators. I mean, it'd be really dope there are people that read the dictionary, but then have no use, like they don't know how to use the words in a sentence. So it's like, just because people have a big vocabulary doesn't mean they know what the fuck they're doing with it. Is that a cat? See, another random noise that I find amusing. Should I just go do a cannonball in this pool right now? The only thing is, it's prohibited. It's the only reason I wouldn't is because I didn't bring a towel. I mean, it wouldn't really bother me, but my building, despite everything, I really like this place. It's an awesome building, and most of the people are really cool. I just don't want to walk here. And here's another advantage. It's the air conditioning in the hallways is always on point. It's actually funny because most people complain about their apartment air conditioning not working well. It's like I have to have mine on constantly just to keep it at a moderate temperature. But the hallways always about 68 degrees, nice and chilly. So if I were to jump in this pool and then go inside, I'd freeze my ass off. So that is why I will not do a cannonball right now. I should have learned my lesson from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. You always got to have a towel. You just got to carry a towel with you. Check out that thick A thick shit for brains. Shit for brains is good. Yes. Yes, shit for brains is great. Oh, did you see the cat? Yeah, he ran into. That's was I think the noise. The cat that walked by. Just it's a little black one. I think it's a kitten. It's weird. There's a bird here that I'm pretty sure someone owns because it has on its leg it has like a number or some shit, and it's just comfortable being around. It's not a parrot or a parakeet. It's like I think it's a pigeon. It's like a homing pigeon or something. I think someone's training it, and it just hangs out here. Pretty awesome. I don't know whose it is, but I know there's like outdoor cats. It was black cat. I mean, really though. Hold on though. So if it walked by, could you really tell? It's dark out here. Look at. What am I? Black now? Black not. Thick is such a funny thing. It was a nature boy. Yeah, it was a dark green cat. You know what's funny is the cat I think might be like one not a tabby cat, but I think it might have some brown in its fur. It's mostly black though. It's a black cat. I would not say otherwise. You are correct. It was a black cat. Black cat. Ah, what else should I fucking rant about right now? Any ideas? Throw out something that's, hey, what's it? If you could say it, what's pissing you off these days? I'll say it for you. That's something that I've somehow been able to do for people. They're like, thank you for saying that. Thank you. I don't know how many people have said to me, thank you for saying it the way you did. I just never knew how to express it that way. And that's what I do. So if there's something that's pissing you the fuck off, tell me what it is and I'll say it for you. Just give me one word. Sin. That's what, see? Sin, see? YouTube they be fucking me up, man. Like, right, like, like every day when I get on YouTube now, like I have a list of my videos that I've done. Because some days I'll make like 3 videos, right? It's still processing the videos. Even though you guys can watch it, it's still processing. I'm like, how is it processing? Like, it's already there. Like, what do you need? What are you processing about it? Is somebody looking at it to make sure I didn't say anything too completely fucking off the wall? I promise, I don't have that progressive or outrageous of opinions on things. I'm just saying things that other people are incapable of because they don't have the proper brain for it or vocabulary for it. I happen to. That's all I'm doing. I'm just expressing myself. I'm not out here telling people to do anything crazy. Like, I'm not out here telling people, like, wake up in the morning and smoke crack. Why would I do that? Why would I say that? In fact, I told people yesterday, I might have told people to smoke crack. I think I did. But I immediately redacted that statement by saying, I don't really mean to do that. I'm saying, like, substances that are uppers. Some people need uppers. So drink coffee, maybe. I don't know. See, now, if I say go drink coffee, no one would be mad at that, right? But if I say don't go smoke crack, they'd be like, that's just fucking, that is, how dare you influence people to make them want it. And I'm saying, no, I'm saying both of them are just as addictive and stupid. And imagine which one I don't do. I'm gonna give you a hint. It's crack. Do I know people that do smoke crack? I do. I literally have met people that haven't openly admitted it. And I was like, no shit. And it came from people that I would go, that's a reasonable human being. No, I guess I was wrong. Guess I was wrong. Or maybe I was just unaware of the crack rock potential. Hey you. And also this building, the security guards that work here are fucking extra awesome. So like the building, see, that's what I'm saying. Like the building has security guards. Front, it's got a mail room. It's gated. Like there's no reason that people need to have cars in here with alarms going off. I just would hope that would stop. I don't know who would you talk to about that. Can I put a request in? Hey, can you request everybody in the building that has a car alarm to shut that shit off? Because it's just obnoxious. It'd be like right now. See, I'm sitting next to, so there's apartments here, but I know that windows are closed, and I also know that my voice is very doldrum and monotone. That it doesn't carry unless I want it to. Like I can sit and talk to someone in front of me, and if I don't want the person over here to hear what I'm saying, I'm not quieting my voice. I'm just adjusting the frequency. Back to the beginning of the name of the video, frequency. I adjust the frequency modulation. I can adjust the amperage, obviously, but yeah, and my voice is direct. It's directional. I know where it's going. I know how I can speak. So like right now, if I was out here and I had a voice that was pitchy and bullshit and like annoying and obnoxious, I wouldn't sit here and do this because someone would be in here and that would be cool for them. It'd be like if, say, church bells and car alarms were going off at 4 in the fucking morning. My voice is not like that. It would be like the opposite of that. I don't think all of you could attest to that. Oh, you like this? Yeah. This room back here. Is the sun rising? Well, there's a planet right there. There's a planet above my head. I don't know which one it is. I can see that. I don't know which one it is. I could tell you if I got my app out. Well, I can't do that because I'm talking to you guys. But isn't this a really awesome scene here with the colors of the lights and then the pool? Yeah. It's pretty dope. But no, the sun's not going to be up for a little bit, and considering where it comes from, the buildings in the city get in the way, and the graveyard is behind me. So where am I at my level? I have to wait a little bit. For me, I'll walk over to the park in a little while. And we'll just turn it into a morning meditation if you want. Oh, and 1 hour in, here's I'll do this little part here. Hey, for everybody that's new or old, if you'd like to, there's always a way to donate to me to make sure that I have a glass of cheap wine and a cheap cigar at 5 in the morning to entertain you dumbasses. When I say dumbasses, I'm not saying dumb as an insult. It's just how I talk. If I called you smart, you're probably not my friend. It's like if I call, as like calling someone a cunt, you'd have to really you'd have to be good friends with them. So if I say you're dumb, oh, you can donate to me. That's what I was getting at. CashApp, PayPal, Venmo. Those are 3 standard operating procedures. And you can also give me crypto through PayPal, and I think through CashApp now too. So all the people that asked a way to give me crypto, somebody did, which I appreciate. Yeah, go for that. Buy me a coffee. Buy me breakfast, even though I don't really eat breakfast. You know what I mean? I don't really get up and eat. This is breakfast for me now. Normally, if this was 2 years ago, this would be the end of the night for me. Now this is just the day it already started. If this was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I might be at some random person's house in a jacuzzi, doing lines of cocaine off of a hooker's asshole. You know what I mean? And I'm kidding about that. I would never waste cocaine out of a butthole. That's just, you don't do that. That's just a bad idea. Because it's like you don't want those particles to mix together, and you might cause some sort of sinus infection or something. Don't do that. Don't dare. Don't you dare try that. It's a bad idea. It's not gonna make you popular. You're not gonna be cooler for having done it. You're not gonna be like, well, it's an experience. No, just don't do it. And I'm not saying I know from experience. I'm just saying, just giving a thought to it. I probably would suggest don't do that. What's up, Divine? Oh, can you hear the cat? What's up, Alexandra? Oh, the cat? You know what? Is that cat in heat? Can you hear that? Is that in heat? Or is it fucking with something? An entomologist? Entomology? Nature Boy, help me with that. Entomology is what? I don't know the word. So, etymology I know, obviously. Oh, the study of insects. Okay. Hey, if if entomology is the study of insects, what is the study of incest? What are you doing, cat? You guys can hear that now, right? Are you dry humping a tree? You guys can hear this, yes? That cat is going through some shit, huh? Alexandra, yeah. It's a cat fight? Oh shit. I don't know. You know what's funny is I haven't seen a cat fight in a long time. I mean, when I used to live in like cities, city cats, I wouldn't. Oops, what's happening here? Well, this is funny. Come on now. Oh, I hate when that happens. Oh, you're gonna make me do this real quick. Watch. This is the only way to adjust it. Okay, back to the original. Okay, so yeah, the cat is in heat. Yes. I didn't think it was a fight. Oh yeah. There we go. It's 98% over here now. So you're a day ahead in Australia. So it's a full moon right now for you. Tomorrow here it'll be a full moon because the moon's over there now. Unless, of course, it's full moon. The cat is just freaking out because of the full moon. I still want to know what planet that is right there. If you guys, somebody tell me this. Come on, somebody's got a program on their computer. Look at, I think one's called Sky App. Do it. Set up your location as if you were in New Orleans, and it's literally. Let me see. Southwest sky, just above, like straight up southwest a little bit. What star is that? So it's got to be one of the major ones, right? It's Mars. Is it Mars? Oh, well, I doesn't have. See, normally here I can even see the orangish red hue to Mars. I don't see it in that one. It might be. You might be right because a bunch of people were talking about Mars and Martians and Rams today. Could be. Is Venus? Yeah, Venus. Venus seems right, but it could be Mars. I mean, it could be Mars because the cat is warring over the heat of. Oh. It's Planet Tom. What's up, Felicity? What are you doing? Felicity Vergase. Is it Vergase? Vergesi? Indonesia. And you know what's fucking funny, Felicity? Oh, it's Morningstar? Oh, Venus. Yeah, the Morningstar. Okay. Thank you. Bali, Indonesia. I literally typed earlier today to someone. I just said something random because they asked me what kind of plans do I have today, and I said, yeah, I have to meet the president and the Secretary of State to discuss economic politics that are affecting small regions in Indonesia. I said that, and here you show up. Crazy, right? And that's what's funny. That's what's funny. Like I would never just out of my grab bag of words just say Indonesia. I don't know what purpose I would have in saying that. And poof, just like that, almost as if magic exists. As if my words hold weight and have value. And also, I'll tell you something else that happened. Here's something else that happened. Y'all can go check it out. I made a comment on John Levi's video on Saturday, and I said, "Hey, I fucking adore John's dry humor and his development as, you know, like how he is." And then I said, I also wonder what kind of music he listens to, and he should go ahead and make a video about his day life, what his day-to-day life is. And he went in on his off-topic channel, he didn't say it was because of me. I don't know if it had anything to do with me making that comment. He made a video that was mad abstract, and I'm pretty sure it was his music, and it was really groovy. So it's his last video he made. So if y'all don't know who John Levi is, I fucks with that dude. I mean, I've never met him, so I can't really say that. I don't even know if he'd like me, you know. But it'd be nice if he did. But he just made a video after me saying, I wonder what kind of music he listens to. And he made a video with music that I think he made. I'm gonna have to ask him, or one of you can ask him what system he used to make that music. Because at first it seemed like a Moog, like it seemed like a computer program, like one of the, you know, the old. I mean, we'll do that another time. We don't get into all synthesizer shit, but. Oh, and if y'all don't know, I make music, so you guys can once in a while just hear me play beats. Oh, Nature Boy. Yeah, I mean, oh, dude, when I lived in North Carolina, I lived in the Outer Banks. There was no light pollution. That's what you call it, light pollution. And I could see the Milky Way. And in fact, like a few times I got to do a bunch of substances and stare at that shit. That was pretty awesome. The Venetians. Oh, you talking about Maxwell? Oh, Nature Boy, you're home where you are? Yeah. I'm telling you, yeah. New Orleans. When I came here, I was like, oh shit! It's the only place, the only time it feels like I'm at home. I could be anywhere in the city, just go, I'm home. Yeah. Felicity, planets and harmonics. Yeah, planets are an interesting thing. We could get into some deeper esoterics of that, as what planets are. Like the moon is a map of something. Most likely this realm as well as a bigger realm that we're in, and the planets seem to be it's reflective. Like here we are on what we call planet Earth. I say Earth because it's funny at Earth, but everything is Earth because it's just talking about the soil. But here we are, and then the other rings around us are projected up off onto the ceiling, I guess you could call it, and that's the mapping of those stars are literally touching the ground over here, and it's reflecting back there as like a hologram, giving you energy of somewhere else. Because when you get out of body, when you astrally travel, you could use those things as portals to other realms. I mean, can I say this with absolute certainty? No. But a lot of people have said it, and I've done it. You just, unless you know your parallax, unless you can bilocate your position, you know what I mean, where you are and where you like which star is that. If you don't know, like you just jump in and you're just somewhere else. But it does take you somewhere, and it is a portal, and you will go into another dimension that looks, it's not dissimilar to this. It's just different beings there, different sun systems. You can go through the sun, you can go through the moon. You'd have to purposely project through them though, and most of the time when you are so into like, holy shit, I'm out of body and I can astral travel and project, you just like, just fucking pick one and just go. It's like if you walked into a giant hotel in Atlantic City or Vegas or whatever, and there's just 100 elevators, you wouldn't be like, well, which one's to go directly to Mars? You wouldn't do that. You'd be like, fucking just hit all the buttons. You just jump on one. That's kind of what it is to be out of body. Well, a lot of people say the Milky Way is the Milky Way because the sky is not actually black, it's white. It's milk. It's milk above us. Like, there's a reason, like, the moon is cheese and milkmen and the Milky Way. And if you watch a lot of movies, they always talk about, there'll be a lot of movies where somebody will always drink some milk. What are they referring to? Moloch, which is Martin Luther King, which is milk. There's a big reference there, but I think the outer space is perhaps white. Oh no shit, Nature Boy, yeah. Astral travel, like the two waves of frequency that minus each other out to an internal dimension. Well, I suppose if you wanted to go that way. Here, give me a second, y'all. Let me plug my phone in just so I can maintain adequate charge on here. Yes, I guess if you really want to take it to that realm, you could just say everything's internal. There's nothing outside of you. You're traveling inside of your own space, which is true. But I mean, for all intents and purposes, look at there's a phone here, and there's a table here. Is it inside of me? Apparently yes. But as we're discussing this, you're over there and I'm over here, and there's a phone here. So when I say something's out there, outer realm, yes, it's reflective. So if as above, so below, as within, so without, all that kind of stuff, surely. But it's more, what have I done here? Oh, tell me I did not bring my charger. I will kick myself in my own testicles if I did that. I really won't do that, because why would I do that? Why would I even say something like that? It's crude. It's weird. How would you even do that? Oh, come on. For reals? For realsies? Say word. Oh, this is hilarious. See, now I'm out here like a crackhead looking in my pockets for a charger. There might be a plug over here though. I got that at least. Yeah. I mean, well, I mean, this container, your physical form is containing you in this realm. Your 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 uh, your other bodies can go to other realms. I mean, your physical body will be able to soon. That's kind of what that when they're saying going to the moon or going to, you know, these people that are like in these organizations that same, you know, they talk about space travel. They're giving you a physical form for something that occurs on the astral realm. This can't be real. I literally went out of my way to make sure I didn't forget to package the shit. Where did I put it? That's so funny. Yes, I know. I'm doing that crack up thing right now. Oh, there it is. No, is that it? Got it. Got it, coach. There we go. Got him. Oh, so there you go. That's a go. Okay. You spent more time in the astral than you have here. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, going through walls is the coolest, Nature Boy. If you've never been out of body and had uh, okay, out of body and astral travel is just slightly different. And I don't want to make it too specific because you've done neither. If you've done both, you know the difference, and it's hard to explain. But if you get out of body, when you walk through a wall, you can actually see the subatomic structure of the wall. It's kind of like, you ever have those dreams where you're trying to walk and it's difficult. It's like you try to punch something and it's like you're in water. You see that walking through a wall. It becomes a denser thing. You can actually see and feel and you can see it as you walk through the wall. You can see what it's made of, like in the Matrix. Do I have Speedos? Dude, I would not wear Speedos. I'll tell you why. I'll be perfectly honest with you why. And there's two reasons I don't wear Speedos. One is because that's gay. I'm not running around with like if you want to wear Speedos, good for you. I don't have the legs for it. I have chicken legs. Because I grew up, like, I played a lot of like soccer and sports that required football. Like when I was playing football, I was a little stockier and shorter, but then everything I did was more cardiovascular. So I don't have big, stout, thick legs. They're chicken legs. And also, genital-wise, I'm a grower, not a shower. So it's not a good. It's not going to impress the ladies. And then, I mean, later they'll be like, "Well, I did not know." So I mean, Speedos just ain't it's not my thing. I would look stupid. Like I can wear a lot of stupid shit, but I can't wear Speedos. I when people wear them, I'm like, good for you. That's confidence. And fuck yeah. It's not my thing. Hey, Nature Boy, what is boardies? What does boardies mean? Speedo should be banned? No, it's Felicity, no. Lemuria. Well, as far as I know, Lemuria is where the Asian yellow race comes from, and that would be so. The middle realm is the Aryans, the white people, and then here is the red people. So we live in Atlantis, and then the next realm out is Lemuria, and where so we're living in Atlantis, which is where it just got flooded, right? Atlantis got flooded, so now we have the Atlantic Ocean and Atlanta, and we're at Atlantis. So we're well, not everybody, because everybody comes from different realms. So the browner people, like the redskins, come from Atlantis. This is what I've learned, and the inner realm is where the white people came from. This is why white people think they own everything, because they're the children. And then the next realm out is the yellow people, which have already been through the realm. And so that's why Asian people tend to be really hyper intelligent. They could juggle well on a basu ball playing the piano, and they're efficient at things. And then the realm outside of that would be, so in the middle actually is Hyperborea, which is Mercurian, Hyperborea, androgynous in the middle, and then Aryan, white realm, and then red realm, and then yellow realm. That's Lemuria, and then the one outside of that is where the old ancient black, blue, purple people come from. And so in every movie you'll see an old black man that tells you about things. That's grandfather, because that was the first realm to get pushed out. That's the outer realm. So Hyperborea, Atlantis, Lemuria, and why am I tripping on the name of it right now? I've actually done videos on this entire thing. But it's the 4 root races. This is why the Indian flag is a white, red, yellow, and black. Those are the 4 root races. The white people, the yellow people, the red people, and the black people. But as far as Lemuria goes, like I know people. I've had people always say, like, dude, I did these psychedelics, and I met Atlanteans. I met the ancient Anunnaki. I met Lemuria. Like there's always something. They've met some other species or race. Oh, board shorts. Yeah. My shorts. I like my shorts to be long. Now I'm looking around for a plug right now. Give me a second. That's so weird that there's not a fucking plug right here. There must be though. What? Okay, you guys get my phone until it's discharged. Oh, there's plenty left. Don't worry. Yeah, I like my shorts to hang just beneath my knee. There's something comfortable about it. I don't like shorts above my knee. Board shorts because of surfing. Okay, yeah. I like. Well, it's funny, playing soccer, they need to be above the knee, because if you're doing something, you don't want to get stuck there. The comfort level for me is just below the knee for shorts. Yeah. Which is funny too, playing basketball. Remember basketball shorts used to be really short? Go watch some 70s, 80s basketball. The shorts were like mad short. And then go watch videos from the late 90s. Do you see how long the shorts got? It wasn't interrupting anything though in the game. They were doing more crazy tricks. So for whoever doesn't know this, yesterday I made a video, and and a couple of my friends that I haven't seen in a bit, it just rolled up where I was. Sai, if you know who Sai is, he's upstairs sleeping right now, and I wonder if he woke up and was like, where the fuck is Zeno? So you like watching the transitions between night and day? You know that song Day and Night? Day and Night? Yeah. Hip hop tune? Oh yeah, well, I mean, I don't know how he spells his name now. Yeah. Mr. Mannion. It always trips me out when I'm doing a show at different times, the people that show up. Like for me to talk to people that are in, say, Ireland, Australia, Asia, for them to be at a regular hour, I have to be on at a weird hour. If I do things if it was supposed to be like, when should I do a show, it would be like 6 o'clock, I think. But 6 o'clock my time would mean you motherfuckers be conked out. Kid Cudi. Oh, you know Cudi. St. Crown Cudi. You gotta say Kid Cudi. Oh, and again, let me just tell you guys just what happened. Let me tell you what happened on Sunday. It's 8:55. Yeah. Let me tell you what happened on Sunday. Mark Rebele and Harry Mack did a freestyle. So when Harry Mack freestyles, it's literally all off the head, complete freestyle. I think he might be the greatest ever to freestyle. There's some people that freestyle, but it's writ style. You know, it's like they already had it. They already. It's not off the cuff. It's not off the dome. It's like if you just say, hey, here's a piece of wood. What should I do with, the goo on my shoe? That's kind of stupid, but freestyle, right? But other people would go, oh no, they got bars and they're freestyling. They ain't freestyling. No, Harry Mack freestyles, and him and Mark freestyles whilst making the beats. So it's all live, completely live. And I haven't even got through watching the whole video because it's a lot. It's a couple 2 hours or something. They just sat down, never met. And he does this all the time. He did this with fucking Erykah Badu. Sit down and he's like, oh, I never met you before. What's up? Let's make some music. Pretty awesome. It's like complete jam session, but it's better than most people's like written material. Felicity, where am I? Is it sunset? No, it's sun rising. Sun is, rising. Setting, rising. Set being it's above us. It's coming this way. I'm in New Orleans, the greatest city on the fucking realm, as far as I know. Have I been to your city? Maybe not. If you live in the Americas, I've been there. If you live in Italy, I've been to Italy. I've been to I've been to Greece. No, I don't know. I've been around. I've been around Europe a little bit. I've been to the islands. Been to Canada. So I mean, over here, I might have been in your city. Yeah. Sin, people freestyling and coherence. Well, for me, look, sometimes you just get in the zone. You just. It's kind of like, okay, I can do it. I've done 10-hour shows where I'm just here. I'm freestyling. You say something, but I'm not making everything rhyme. It's just you get in this space where I'm not concerned with what I say. It doesn't concern me. It's none of my business. So but it is your business. That's what you do to make money. It's not my business though. I don't know. And as soon as you can kind of find a commonality. I like to do. I can alliterate. When I speak, you'll hear me alliterate, which means I'll use the same letter for 6 words in a row. So if you just gave me a letter, I could do that. Could I freestyle rap where on the 4th beat it's always going to be like hum, drum, come, dum, some, Yeah, but I don't know. I guess if you just do that every day, there was a while where I would think in I would think in patterns and always try to rhyme things in my head, and it got to be too much. And I can't do that anymore. Because you're like taking over my brain. I was like, I can only imagine, like, to be as talented as some of these hip hop artists, you have to be somewhat insane. Like, how do you go from being so skilled at rhyming things that you just can sit down and go, okay, rhyming, no. I think maybe it's this. Maybe I just figured it out. If you can find a commonality and a bond to something, like I can tell you right now how this tree that is making this thing around me, this thing right here, I can tell you where that timber and lumber and how that's made, and so I can see its connection to why that pool is there. But then the level up is, can I make that rhyme like that? Perhaps. Like wood and pool. How do you rhyme that? It's 4 letters, and there's already the O's in the middle. I mean, that's at least how my mind works. I try not to make everything rhyme, because it was very funny. Even when I was a kid, people would tell me, like, dude, do you realize when you talk, you speak in riddles, and you're always being somewhat poetic, and things rhyme. And I didn't mean to do it. I was not a verbose child, and I didn't talk a lot. And there's the bells, church bells. These fucking church bells. 6 o'clock. Told you. Hear them? Do I want to hear those right now? I mean, at the beginning of the video, I told you, fuck those church bells, and I'll continue to say, fuck those church bells. I just don't want to hear them every day. Just once in a while, just for fun. Can you not do it at 6 o'clock in the morning? Maybe make it like 9, when normal people get up to fucking do shit. Yeah, it's always funny to tell people, like, if you do be what I was 18, you'd be like, this is not what I end up becoming. The way that I talk, the way that I am. You'd be like, no fucking way. Not a chance in the world, no. And then people that know me, they're like, oh, you must have been, like, no, you're completely wrong. I was talking about playing soccer with someone. And my dude Andrew that you seen yesterday, if you watched the video, Andrew and Cy never played soccer, but he's like kinesiologically talented, gifted, so he can pick things up physically. Like he knows he has his proper body movement, and he also can rap too, which is funny. He can freestyle. But my dude Andrew played soccer growing up, and he can kick a ball. He's nice with it, so he can juggle a ball and do some really cool tricks. And he said when you played soccer, because I used to play at a pretty high level. I went to a D1 college. And he's like, he's like, when you played, were you like, did you talk shit? No, when I played soccer, I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't even, all I could see was the ball and what I needed to do next. Like, I knew where people were, I knew how to, like, it's done. And I wasn't talking shit. And I was like, if I played soccer now, I would talk so much shit. Yeah, it would just be running my mouth. I can still run I can, you know, I could have a drink in one hand and a cigar in the other and still juggle a soccer ball and talk shit. You know, but as a kid, I was like, no, this is what the fuck I'm doing. I didn't have that other mindset. You know, like I was coordinated with like basketball. If you ever played basketball, you have people that just come out there and they don't say shit and they just get it done. They're just silent assassins. They're just buckets. And then you got people that just run in their fucking mouth all day, which also some of them are very, very good. Some people talk because they can't actually play the game, and so it's to kind of deviate from the fact that they're gonna throw an errant pass or dribble it off of something or just like miss a shot, but they're gonna talk a lot of shit. They're gonna make a shot and they're like, "Ah, told you, ah." Like, well, and those are the ones. Those people will keep track of stats for the game. They know how many points they scored. They know how many assists they got. I'm like, how are you doing that while you're playing? If you're actually playing, I'm like, you're not getting a contract to be in any league. You couldn't play in a development league for the WNBA. You couldn't play high school. You couldn't play rec league. You would get wrecked in a rec league. I've never been to Indonesia. I have my own. You know what's funny? You said circadian rhythm. Okay. Do you know the cicadas? You know what cicadas are? They come out every 17 years. I got stories. Look at cicadas. They're like locusts, cicadas, and there's different species of them. And one of the major ones, they come out. They apparently burrow underground for 17 years, and then they come out in droves. Remember how, like in the Bible, they talk about the locusts came and overtook the land, you know? I worked at an airport in Baltimore during the last time the cicadas came out. When the cicadas came out, I used to, I worked inside, you know, suit and tie, kind of looking all nice, and take your ticket, have a beautiful flight, blah, blah, blah. And my favorite thing about that was when I would say to someone, have a nice flight, they would look at me and say, you too. And then afterwards, I would just look and I'd laugh. And they'd be like, oh, they could just tell. They're like, oh, you're not flying. Ah. I was like, maybe I am, though. I could get on this plane right now if I want to and fly where you're flying. And just laugh at you said, have a nice flight. I said, have a nice flight. And because they were in this, like, mode. Anyway, so I also worked underneath the... So whenever you're at the airport and you're looking down at the baggage people, like with your bags, they're just throwing them on there and spilling shit everywhere and doing stupid shit. Like, that's my luggage right there. Yeah, I used to be down there. And during this time of cicadas coming out, they like heat. So the tarmac, that's what you call the place where the planes are, between the engines being on and the radiant heat of all the concrete and the sun, it's hot. So 100 degrees hot is more hot in the underbelly of the plane. And cicadas were looking for that warmth. And so you would go in putting bags in there so you have to realize you should ask the people, if you get on a plane anytime soon, tip the motherfuckers that are taking care of your bags. Because there was I don't know how long it was. I don't remember. It was a couple weeks that we're underneath and there's giant fucking cicadas just flying everywhere. We're trying to put the bags in. They're flying in your face, doing this shit. They're everywhere. There's nothing you can do. You can't get rid of them. They don't know. I mean, they might be able to if they had played a certain frequency or something, but no. Just so we would once in a while we would because if you work at the airport, what do you have to eat? Unless you brought your own food, you have to go to one of the restaurants, which are all going to be at the airport garbage fast food. So we'd go to McDonald's and get the French fry box. So we eat the French fries and then go and collect cicadas. Just fill up a fry box with cicadas. So if you don't know what a cicada is, look it up. And we'd fill the shit up. So they're all living because they're not smart. They're actually, it's said that they're blind, basically. They can't see. So they're just flying around aimlessly waiting to impregnate something and then go back underground for 17 years and come back living again 17 years later. This is true. Read about it. It's a fact. You can look at it. And we would put all these cicadas in a French fry box and then walk into, so where your bags and the person downstairs is like, okay, plane, you can go out here and do this. That person's there and there's people working. It's called operations, the ops. There's all these people. So you got a bunch of chicks there that were upstairs being all fancy, like, hi, thanks for coming to the airport and welcome and just get on the plane and have a great flight. And Here's your ticket upgrades, and they don't work. You don't work much in an airport. You don't. Like, if you have an 8-hour shift, you literally do about 3 hours of work because that's all you need to do. The rest of the time is just fucking around, relaxing. So we would go in there with this box of, it looks like French fries, but it's cicadas. We walk back inside like, hey, you want some French fries? And the chick's like, yeah, I'll have some. And they just stick their hand, and it's fucking cicadas. Fucking funniest thing ever. Yeah, pretty fucking hilarious. Because if you've never seen a cicada, it's like it's not like a cockroach with wings, but it kind of is. And you just go, fuck it. Well, I guess this is what we're dealing with right now. So there's some stories of my life that most people are not aware of. Would you say black people got the best voices? Well, I think it's the downtrodden struggle of having more melanation. Melanin goes into your eyeballs and it's called neuromelanin, which makes your brain. That's why they say that, like, black holes and the black soil and black mama earth. It's the reason if sunshine hits your skin, you go from white to black. But sunshine I thought was white. I thought it was supposed to be lightning. But in fact, sunshine makes you dark. So that darkness is taking a more radiant force of the energy of the universe, which is the sun is spraying off. And so obviously their voice develops differently. Oh, hey, they die after they mate. Yeah, so it's kind of like, it's like when a bee stings you, it dies. Not all of them, but bee. You know what? Also, they make there's you can get wasp honey. Bees don't just make honey; wasps make honey too. But a wasp sting is much worse than a bee sting. I don't know if you've ever been stung by a bee, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. And in fact, here's some other random information that might help someone. If you know anybody with multiple sclerosis or some sort of other, MS is, you could classify it a few different ways, but it's like a neurological disorder, and it affects your joints and things in different ways. There's a bee sting therapy because that venom. Well, there's also like snake oil. Literally, that's a good thing. Like a snake bite, as long as you drink your piss afterwards, you won't die. Bee sting won't kill you. You won't go into anaphylactic shock if you drink your piss. But for people that have certain Bell's palsy, MS, bee sting therapy, look it up. If you know anybody with those shits that can't move, that their shit ain't working right, and they're always, and then they might have a little bit of seizures or the opposite direction where they can't really move their arms and legs. Bee sting therapy. Look it up. There you go. Is Black Sun here? What the fuck? Skull come through. Nam Krishna. I wonder, a skull. I gotta ask you. I know because I've mentioned it, and every time you come through, you give me a different name, which I thank you for, which is great. Do you recognize that energy coming off of me, or is it like, hey, I'm just gonna fuck whatever, just give him a name? We'll call him Krishna this time. Like Krishnamurti, you know, Jiddu Krishnamurti. Krishnamurti means what? Three time Krishna. Murti. Doesn't Murti mean three? So Krishna times 3. Hari. Man, the funniest thing, the Hare Krishnas. I'm gonna tell you the funniest thing about the Hare Krishnas here. They're awesome. Okay, and there's some at the park, and they give out free food to people, and they help the homeless out, and they're fucking cool people. But Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, you know, it's Hindu, right? So it's like the blue gods. I asked the Hare Krishna if they knew about Shiva and Shakti and you know, the elephant Ganesh and stuff, and they're like, I never heard of it. I was like, you're a Hare Krishna. Krishna is all about, that's part of the, they didn't know. They're like, who are you? What do you do? I was like, I don't know. You should come by. You should come listen to the. I was like, Krishna? I was like, oh shit. What's your name? What do you? What's your thing? I was like, oh, what'd you like to call me today? But it was just very interesting that I asked them, like, you're handing out books about Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Which is kind of funny because if you do it the right way, it kind of sounds like that Russian dance. Is it Russian? Yeah, I guess so. Like the whirling dervishes. You know, the whirling dervishes. Here, you want some information on whirling dervishes? Do you know why they spin around with one hand up and one hand down? To collect energy, like they're walking around the Kaaba. They're walking around the black box, the cube of Saturn. And so they spin and they collect energy from the sky and ground out with the other hand. It's just like riding a bull. Watch bull riders. One hand is down and one hand is up, and that bull spins in circles. Riding the bull, huh? It's up and down. It's like a merry-go-round. A merry-go-round is up and down and around, and they dance. You could reverse it. Might reverse time, but that's what they do. SMP people. Skull, you know that? Oh shit! Don't tell anybody that. That's fucking hilarious, Bones. You know so. Ah, fuck. It's so weird. It's so weird. Sometimes shit happens, and people are like, why did that happen? Like the other day, I went out somewhere, and a friend of mine was like, yo, you need this and this, and it's gonna cost this much to get into this party. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll see you there. He's like, just call me when you get here. I'll get you in or whatever. So I walked in, and he's like, why did you have neither of the things I told you you needed, and they still let you in, and you didn't pay a cover charge? I was like, I don't know. Except maybe I do. Havana Aguila. I don't have reference to that. Havana Aguila. So if I said Havana Aguila, I would say Eliga Avanha. Anava. Aligua of Anavaha. Is that right? Reverse it. Flip it, reverse it. You should always do things upside down and backwards, including like during your day. Take an opportunity to just, moonwalk, walk backwards. Just walk backwards, even if it's only a few steps. Okay, yeah. Okay. Is it Jewish or is it Yiddish? And this is not a Havana. It's not from Cuba. It'd be correct to say Cuba, right? Not Cuba. You'd say Cuba Gooding Jr. Cube of Good Jr. Burp got in the building, motherfuckers. Let's go. If you didn't know, I do paint my fingernails sometimes. It's an anagram. Oh, it's an anagram. Oh, maybe we'll do a quick lesson on that. Oh, okay, the Russian tune. Oh, yes. Thank you, Skull. Okay, that's the Russian. Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Yep. I'm right there. I got you. Here, anagrams. Okay, I teach a lot about etymology and the root of letters, so you can make words. So the sounds and the roots of the etymology that come from frequencies and cymatics and how that turns into what you say. Anagrams are very, very important. Anagrams will solve a lot of things for you. It's an anagram is like a rearranging servant. It's kind of like this. If you live in a house and your house isn't feng shui and their energy isn't moving correctly, I could walk in and be like, here's how you should move around your house, and here's the things you should do to make it more just comfortable. You still live in the same house. We've just rearranged it as an anagram. So your anagram for your house was, use a word in your house, is rats. It's rats. And I'd be like, well, rats is also the word star. So I could turn your house of rats into a star pentagram by adjusting energies in the house and placement of objects. And so if you replace a letter, you're replacing an object in your house or your temple. Pretty fucking funny, huh? Yeah, the Fiddler on the Roof, that was from like what, the 20s, the 30s? No, I'm thinking of a hot tin roof. What's the one, hot tin roof? Do you know that one? That's skull. Yeah, yep. Exactly. Yep. And see, the reason you can do it that way is because the letters don't have as much value as the sound does. So you can say C or K is the same value at certain point in times. It's why there's 10 numbers. Let's do this real quick for anybody who doesn't know this. There's 10 numbers and 26 letters. But if you use Gematria, those letters turn into numbers. Letters turn into numbers. If you look at your hands, you have the world in the palm of your hands. The world is the word. See? Look it. I'm gonna show you. 10 digits. Here's your 10. That's the numbers. And then you can go 3, 6, 9, 12, and thumb is 13. 13 and 13 is 26. There's all of the letters and all of the numbers in the palm of your hand. So I can consolidate the letters into numbers. And you end up with 10. But those 10 numbers get kind of boring. So we had to expand the language so that we could use more cymatics to bring about certain vibrations in the universe. Could you imagine if all you knew was 6 words? It would be kind of old to say those 6 words. You'd want to do what Shakespeare did. Do you know how many words that we use today that would have been considered gobbledygook? Like just abstract nonsense. What up, Pro? He created a lot of the language, right? Look it up. Shakespeare just created words out of nowhere. Like, how did that work? Why does that word work like that? Well, he just made it up. And now it has meaning and value. So we're creating new language all the time. New codes, new sequences, it's effervescent. It's ever new joy of how to use language in a constructive and creative way that other people are incapable because they're not interested in advancing. They're just good in the dull, the monotones, which my voice is still going to be monotone for a little bit. Everybody here knows that my voice gets very, I wouldn't call it pitchy. Can I sing? No, I don't know. I mean, maybe. Maybe it's because I say I can't sing that I can't sing, but well, yeah, Felicity, exactly. Yes, the 0 to 9 is back to the resonance of that. Yes. Um, English is not stupid. I'll tell you why English isn't stupid. English is literally called the language of the angels or the angles. It's Anglish. English is English. It's why if you go to a pool hall, you can put spin on a ball. You can put spin on a ball, and it moves around something. Like, I can only take that shot if it's directly ahead of me. No, in English you just go, here. Because it is the most evolved language. Because it's based on every other language. In English, we have words that were born out of other tongues. So we speak in a very, like, it seems clunky and clumsy to a lot of people. It's not romantic. It's not romantic. It's not of the Roman, but it is. We have those things within it. Like, it's better for rhyme schemes and being like, holy shit. Like, there other people that speak older languages, you can rhyme a lot of shit in Spanish and French, and it's all going to just plop together. And it's like, oh, of course you can rhyme. If you talk in another language, it's not because I can't hear it, but if you listen to somebody just talk in another language, it's rhymes. There's a scheme to it. But in English is a hard fucking thing to get things to rhyme. You have to be produce it. It's not, it doesn't, this is why English people speak slower. You listen to a Spanish speaker, you go, no, slow down. Slow down. They're always like laughing and saying something really fast, and you can't, like, even if I spoke that, I'm like, that just, English, you have to speak slower. If you speak as fast as I talk at times, people say you're a fast talker. I'm like, no, I'm saying it. Here's something that should be known too. The faster someone speaks, the more information that goes into your head that you'll remember. If someone just spoke at this rate and tempo, what would happen? You can't collapse that information because you're like, Jesus, what, can you get to the next? What are you talking about? They could be saying the most important thing, but the tempo and that rhythm and that pacing, if you listen to something faster, if you listen to an audiobook and it's at, let's say, 250 words a minute, your retention rate of that information will be about 30%. If you listen to an audiobook at 700 words a minute, your retention rate will be about 60. So while, if you were to listen to any of my shit in the past, I mean, it's long videos, if you turn it on to 1.5 or 2 times as fast as I speak, it might sound a little chipmunky, but if you have a system that allows you to keep the same tone of my voice, but increase the pace of my voice. So normally, if you speed something up, it goes, it'd be kind of chipmunky. You'll laugh at it, but if you have a system that allows you to increase the speed but keep the frequency, the sound the same, it's interesting, and you'll learn more quicker. Because why listen to me talk for 10 hours? That's stupid. I mean, it's also very funny if you got 10 hours to dick around with. In this case, 2 hours. 2 hours of me, for whatever reason, just talking a bunch of nonsense. Which I don't think is nonsense, but I mean, at least you guys showed up for it. Even if it's a passing of time, you're always welcome to donate to the cause of. Oh, there's no cause for me. There's no reason I'm here except for your entertainment. If you want to donate, you can always find a link below, CashApp, PayPal, all that stuff. And if you want to specifically tell me what you're donating to me for, whether it's to buy me a beer or to make sure there's a roof over my head or to make sure my phone's on so I can do this again, you can do that. Just tell me what to do with it. If you want me to give it to a homeless person, I'll do that too. Well, this right here, the building around me is pretty old. And there's also drop ceilings in it, which means that the ceilings were taller, right? And this behind me is like there's nice furniture and a pool table and a bunch of TVs and a kitchen and a bathroom, and it's like anybody just walk in there and just have a party. I don't know when that was built. That seems to me to be built newer. Like I think this building was here. They added this later because if you look at the top of it, this looks, unless they facaded it, I don't think that was there 50 years ago. Might have been, but it seems newer. English is very coded. Yes, it's very coded. Hey, speaking of coded language, if y'all don't know, go listen to Sal Williams, Saul Williams. Do coded language. I would listen to the version he does on Def Comedy Jam. Oh no, Def Poetry Jam, Def Poet Jam. But he does. I'm pretty sure he makes a song out of it too. Yeah, coded language, man. I attempt to, when I'm speaking, to decode things, I guess, for people. I don't know what that's right. Is it decoding? Like, I don't like to reveal anything. I unveil things for people. To reveal would be to veil again. If you say, hey, I'm going to reveal this trick to you, you're saying I'm covering it again. If you unveil the trick, here it is. Like, unveil your wife so you can see her. Yes? You said a Harriet? Like a harlot. Yes. I get. Yeah. It does, because it's difficult, because it was all. Even in English, you speak different dialects. You can't speak to somebody in the deep South the same way you speak to somebody from Philadelphia. It just doesn't work. I mean, you can. They'll get it. They'll get the vibe, but the language, no, you can't understand it. I can understand most people from the South, and most people, and obviously people from the East, the North, even the West too. It's a little confusing, but most people, no way. You can't. If you're like, hey, I've been to the States. Like, no, you have not been. People do not talk like me. Thank you, Crow. If you're in the South, funny enough, New Orleans, because it's such a melting pot of things, people do have a very similar style of talking, because there's a little piece from over here, and they just conjoined it. There's a conjunction of different dialects that turn out to be the way that we talk. I mean, shit. I still have a difficult time listening to Cajun speak. If you look up after you're done with this, because obviously you're gonna understand what I'm saying. Go listen to Cajun speak. It's a difficult thing. And Cajun also comes from the word Indian. Indian is Cajun. It's the white offspring of the culmination of the Native American melanated people and the white Slavic people. Usually, it could be a couple different things, but that's where you get the Indians, the Cajuns. So Cajun cooking is a multiplicity of spices and flavors, which also came from the hoodoo culture of Caribbean islands. So there's a Caribbean influence and a Slavic influence. It's a really long story, and I can't do that right now because 2 hours in, the sun is coming up, and I'm almost out of go-go juice and almost out of this, so I'll give you guys, I'll fuck around like 10 more minutes with you guys. 10 more minutes. 10 minutes on the clock. When Bill Burr, if y'all don't know who Bill Burr is, you're fucking up. But if you go listen to Bill Burr roast the shit out of Philadelphia, you'll understand. 10 more minutes on the clock. But you know what? I like Philadelphia a lot. I've been there a few times, and it's always an enjoyable experience. Most people might not like Philadelphia. I think that if you're not so people that are not from the northern region of the Americas, you might not like Philly because it's too blunt. It's too direct. But Philly, Baltimore, this shit, like that's where I'm from. But I would, if I were to tell someone to visit somewhere in America, if you want to know what most of this northern, the United things over here, I would say come to New Orleans, but it's not going to be it's not going to be a proper representation of what the rest of Middle America is, or what. This is nothing like New York City. It's nothing like Atlanta. It's nothing. Well, I mean, it's close to. It's kind of got a little bit of Atlanta in it. Houston and Atlanta might be the two closest places, maybe, but it's not going to be like Albuquerque. It's not going to be like. But there are places you can go if you just want to know what most of America looks like. When you say America, I'm not saying South, and you know what I'm saying. Here. Where would you go? Idaho? Denver? Denver won't even. Are people just normal, everyday? Maybe Tennessee? Maybe. And Felicity, how about donate to visit Indonesia? How about this? If you all donate me dollars and put in there for Felicity, I'll hold that money to the side so she can visit New Orleans. Because, as per usual, this is home, which is what it is. It's comfy. And I've worked for airports. I've flown so many places. It's just a whole thing, man. I don't know. I like walking. Like, for the last year, I've just I should just get a bike. I can just buy a bike if I wanted, and I just don't do it because walking is more like right now I can walk anywhere I want, and I could look down and there's a cat and I can play with it, and there's a puppy and there's somebody I can have a conversation with, and there's like an interaction, right? But if I get on a bike, I can slow down and stop, I suppose. But like a car is like he's bypassing everything. In a plane, it's like, if I'm gonna get on a plane, I'll just astral travel to another plane. But if you'd like, everybody here, feel free to donate to me, and I'll put it aside for Felicity to come hang out in New Orleans. Synchrona, English as they know, being transferred they and them. Yeah. Skull, I don't know Ryan Long. I never heard. And Nature Boy, you know what's funny is I use Albuquerque because I haven't used that word, and I've never been there. I just thought it was Maine. Ah, yo, divine, Maine. What's up, lyric sense? Yeah, it's because maniacs. Thank you. Yeah, divine. She knows she's a maniac. She's an absolute complete. Uh, and I love maniacs. Don't get me wrong about that. You know, divine. It's just funny. Yeah, maniacs. I never thought of that. One of my favorite Animaniacs. Remember Animaniacs? Anybody know Animaniacs? Sin. Excellent air. That was really good here too. I mean, here. It smells like palm trees. There's a palm tree right there. There's some. There's these beautiful white flowers everywhere. It smells like clean dryer sheets. Uh, uh, Drunk people. Uh, old buildings, graveyards, and there's also these sounds, and it's just a really, yeah. Maine. It's like a mainstay, just like Maine. It's this Maine, dude. Like, you know what? I have a good Maine right here, Maine. You know what I'm saying, Maine? uh, Yeah, I mean lyric. Yeah, I mean I can't look at. I'm not gonna say that word on here because it triggers something on the algorithm bullshit, and I don't. Yeah, I just yeah. Yeah, I hear you on that. Uh, yep. FNQ Nature Boy. FNQ. What is that? Is that an airport code? Because I never had that airport code. Oh no! You can type that all you want in the comments. That's not gonna bother me. It's not gonna bother what I'm doing. I just can't. Those words they trigger an algorithm, and it'll just fuck my channel. It'll just be like, you have shut the video. That happens. So I just oh well. The man bun. Oh Christ. Nature Boy, do you want me to tell you how much I hate when people say man bun? I fucking hate it. I almost got in a physical confrontation with someone in Baltimore about 14 years ago because I had my hair up like this. He goes, "Oh, cute man bun, dude." I'm like, "Why are you talking to me? And what are you saying?" And I was like, bro ham, do you realize my hair is down to my ass? This isn't just because it's cute and I have like sort of locks here that I gotta push up and it's like, no, this hair goes to my fucking ass. Like, this is a whole lion's mane. Like, I'm the lion mane. I was like, you're fucking with the wrong one right now. Like, you have no business talking to me. And I was like, man bun? Like, how inferior does that person? I know you didn't mean it that way, right? How fucking sucky do you have to be at life to just? You're jealous that I have hair and you just shaved your head? Like, I mean, good, go be a monk or something. But don't tell me like. The first thing you're saying to me is, "Great man bun." Not you. See, I'm just revisiting another past life regression experience that I had. I was like, if you can tell, like this and this is much longer than this. This I trim. This, it just is what it is. And I told my hair a long time ago to stop growing. It's a fact. You can ask anybody. Ask people who have known for a long time. I do not go to the barber. I do not go to the hair salon, and I do not have scissors to cut my hair. I have scissors just to trim this up a little bit, because sometimes it gets kind of long, and I get the nose hair that kind of gets tangled up. And I don't know, this thing gets all kind of like, ugh. So I just got to trim it just a little bit. But my hair now. After one day I had my hair down taking a dump, and if y'all don't know the story, here's the short story. I was wiping my ass, and I got shit on my hair, and so I cut my hair, and then I showered first, then I cut my hair, and I was like, I need you not to grow any longer than right here. So it's like, I don't know, almost to my, I don't know, like, let's see what vertebrae, maybe like the third one, because when it was beneath my sacrum, it was in the way of everything. And now I still have to deal with all of the extra shit. I'm not gonna grow out dreads. Like, it's just not. It's not my style. Like, and I understand very much what locks do and what dreads do and what hair does and its connection to things and frequencies. It just wouldn't. It would be too. It's like a whole different system to deal with. I like the hair. I like my hair the way it is. But it's not a fucking man bun. How dare you? Yeah, hair is your antenna, and I'm Nature Boy. Yes, you have great man buns. Hey, Gary, you're talking about your butt, huh? You got a good butt. Forget this is absolutely a safe space. You can do anything you want. Man booty. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, brainwash is exactly. There's Felicity. So you're not exceptionally familiar with me or my channel, and I'll just tell you, there's a lot of videos, and there's one that I did specifically on monks and shamans. Monks and shamans. That's like the polar diversity of what it means to be here. The monks shave their head so they can reinvent themselves every single day. Shamans hold on to the memory and historicity and heritage of ancestral knowledge. That's one, just is reinventing and saying, hey, I'm brand new, and welcome back to the earth, and I would like to get rid of karma and all of the, and that's a damn thing. That's what they do, and that's great. But shamans, they go, nah, we can hold on to that. That's fine. I got it. That's just different. So I'm not. I've done monk mode. I've shaved my head. I've done all that shit. It's not my damn thing. No, you're not. No shit, Felicity. That's awesome. I love when new people find my channel, because you have to realize, a couple years ago, I don't remember what video I made, but after I made that video, YouTube stopped from allowing new people to find my channel. I used to get, like, 10 to 20 new subscribers every single day. And so my channel was growing and growing and growing, and then just stopped. And now people come and go. And it's just the same size, and people just don't find my channel unless they do, which I'm happy with. I'm good with that. But yes, there's a lot of videos. There's quite a few. Am I on vacation? Nah, god damn it. See, look at, am I on vacation? I live here. I'm working right now. People, I'm up before the sun comes up, working. Like yesterday, Sunday? I think it was Sunday morning. I was up at 4 o'clock, and I had like an hour phone call to help someone, because that's what they needed. Working at 4 o'clock? You'd be like, fuck that. I'm not going to be at work at like, what time? It's not until 9. Just leave me alone. No. My alarm for life, I don't really have an alarm for life. But, you know, I wake up when I wake up. And poof, here I am. Yeah, Felicity. You'll find your way to go, Jesus Christ. You'll say that a couple times when I'm talking. When you find my other videos, when I'm not talking directly, because I'm talking directly to you. You'll find other ones of my videos where it's a complete meditation or direct, let me explain something, and it'll be like an hour video of me explaining to you how crowns and jewels and things work, and how magnets and electricity and all that I go through, and it's just a one-directional thing. I'm not talking to anyone. There's no comments. You'll find those, and you'll find ones that I'm out here just going burp God in the building. It's most of the time it's a laugh factory. Sometimes I'll be shitting on people and yelling at people because I had a bad day. Yeah, never their fault, but sometimes it's their fault and they know it. But yeah, it's just it's RAM. It's RAMDOS. It's random access memory. RAM. You know, I still have a little more time for you guys. My phone is almost dead. I think I might be able to find a plug. Do you guys want me to kick it with you for a little bit longer? Where's the plug at? Should I just walk around here and look for a plug, or should I walk upstairs and do this for my... See, the only reason I came down here to do this video was because Sai was sleeping, and so like I gave him my couch. We were a little bent, and he was like, we ate, and he came through, and I was like, dude, just fucking. He's like, I was like, just fucking sleep on the couch. So he was up there, and I didn't want to wake him up, and I turned the light on. He's like, dude, what the fuck's with the light? I was like, man, you in my house. I'll turn my light on if I fucking want. Go back to sleep. And so I went back to sleep, but I didn't want to interrupt him too much, you know. So I came down here, and doing this from here, where else this would be plugged in, we could still. I know I look like a spaz right now, just looking all around. But now there's light out here, and I'm trying. So I'm following. So there's a light switch here, which means there's electricity there. But where's the plug for my phone? And it seems like there would be one out here. I just don't come out here and do this often. Do you guys want to walk around with me? Come on, just give me a second to find somewhere to plug in. There. Here's where I live. This is part of my domicile, my establishment. Over here, perhaps? I'm gonna be like a weirdo, just like, here's the cat's water bowl. There's the cat's water bowl. So the cat does live here indirectly in some way. I mean, we could walk in there, but you guys want to do that? There's definitely a plug in there. You want to go in there? We could probably do that. Oh, it's open, yeah. Definitely, let's walk inside. You guys want to go sit on a comfy couch? Just say yes. It's so easy to say yes. 1 second, y'all. Look, crow, what are you doing? Uno momento, por favor. Okay. There'll definitely be a plug in here. I know I have a cozy couch too. Yes. Oh, it smells different in there too. Where's the plug at? There it is. Nice. I never really hang out in here. Try it out though. And also I have, because of some of you, I have a delightful like a camera sticky thing that I can walk around with, and you can. There you go. Let's see here. Okay. Yes. Okay. Good. Great. And boom. Look at that. And it was right on time because there was only 4% left. That's what you get. That's what you get. Hold on. Isn't this cozy? This is leather couch and shit, man. Are you serious? Damn, I paid for this. I didn't. You see, sometimes I don't realize like how good this place is because I don't use all of the things because it was like the whole thing that's going on, the stabby jabby wabbies and the thing that everybody believes in. Not everybody here believes in it, and so there's a bunch of rooms here. So the ones like there's a movie theater here, there's a restaurant, there's a bar in this whole place, and there's this room, which has a pool table right there. But this room was closed, and so are the other ones, so I didn't get to use the extra stuff. But now it's open, so let's use the extra stuff. And also because, just to let you guys understand something, yes, I'm a cheap date. It's a bag of wine. I don't need you to get me. I don't need you to buy me a $50 bottle of wine. You can give me a $16 bag of wine that I can drink for 2 days and share with people. That's fine with me. I mean, if you want to drink tequila, we can have fun doing that, but there we go. Done. Perfect. So, and that's nice. Yes, this is part of the property that I'm currently participating with. I guess this is a part of my domicile. What's up, Hannah? Hannah. Is this the Hannah that I know? Like Hannah? Stop! You changed your name to Adabarafi? Is that right? Nah. Can I use the pool? Oh, I could just jump in it. I mean, yes, of course. So, hey, Sin, have you met him? I don't know. I don't think he was snoring. He doesn't snore. I don't believe. Silence. Yep. Yerp. I say yerp. I don't say yep. I say yerp. I know it is something more fun. 4 is the number of contemplation. I thought 4 was the number for a door or an entryway into something. Felicity, you're an 8. Do you want to guess? Hold on. Let me fix this thing. Do you want to guess what my life path and every number in my life is? 1 through 9. You can guess. Nature Boy. You already know. Yes, I'm a 9. There you go. Got it. Felicity, you're an 8. Sin's a 9. Nature Boy's a 9. I'm a 9. Yeah. 9 is life path and the whole thing. Birthdays and all that shit. Exactly. What did you think it would be? My other numbers were 11, 22, and 33, but 9 is the code. Did you see the color just change? Did y'all see the color change? I'm changing the black. Now I'm gonna change the dawn dance party. Oh shit. Documentary. What is this? So what we got on here? Crush, pop, soul, funk, groove. Well, I need something a little. I mean, it's gotta be I mean, orangish or dulled. I didn't like the color change. It just happened though. If you guys could see it. Let me see. Sepia tone. Whoa. These ones I used to do a lot because I thought they were funny. Especially this one. When I was doing something very deep, I would do this. If I was saying something very like dramatic. Sorry, now I'm just playing with the colors. Because why not? Why wouldn't you play with the colors? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Play with the shit. All of these buttons to push. That's what's normal. Okay, I'll go back to normal. Is this normal enough? Felicity, you're waiting on my thoughts. I tend not to have thoughts. I think thoughts are overrated. They're not mine. They come and go. The only thought I have right now is whether or not to take my headphones off of my head and put my hair down. That's the only thought I'm having. Because sometimes, like when I have my fucking man bun up here, is whether or not I should just let my hair down. It's because sometimes it's just too much, and I gotta like, ugh, you know. It's like women. You wear bras all day to hold up your titties. Because it's like the respectable thing to do in society, and then like you get home, you're like the best thing ever. It's kind of like a dude, like take off your underwear, like, ugh, so relaxing, and you're leaving. Same thing with man buns, same thing with brassiers. Like if I like right now, I probably what I should probably have done is put my tunic on, so I could have my genitals just hanging out there. It wouldn't be out there; they're covered, and then put my hair down. But that's like a whole lot. Your hair is unruly, Sin. Yeah, mine is it's a little nappy in here. I have to run a comb through it, and it's gonna cause me a little bit of suffering. What did you say? Divine. I don't wear bras. Good. You know, Divine. Let them titties hang out, girl. What you doing? I'll give everybody here free access to Divine's. She's got a channel that you guys don't know about. I'll give you the code to get on there. She got her OnlyFans page, and she definitely does not wear a bra. Titties all just out there. Good looking too. I can't tell you mine because I don't think anybody would go to it. Like, what do you? It's always funny when I say shit like this. Like, it could be true, I just don't think it's true. Like, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I don't have her OnlyFans page. I've never been to it. I'll tell you this. Here's the truth. This is a fact. I've never been to anybody's OnlyFans page. I just know that it's a thing where people somehow sell stinky underwear and show their vaginas and titties and dicks. And people pay for it. Which I don't get. Because, like, for me, it's like I can just push a button, like, hey, there's all sorts of penises and vaginas and boobies and buttholes everywhere. And in fact, I don't even need to hit a button here. It's just like I was just somewhere the other day, and there was just literally people walking around with their tits out. I was like, hey, this is all what's up. Lyric sense. Oh no, I didn't. Oh no, I did not get mad. You have not seen me mad. I'm not mad. I'm not at all. I think it's funny. You're a Gemini too? You know it's my birthday. Anybody in here that doesn't know me, bitch. Yes, I'm a Gemini. My birthday is coming up very soon. So if you want to, go ahead and feel free to, go through your couch cushions, go into your bank account if you must, or ask somebody to donate, and buy me a birthday gift. It's June 4th. And you can, before or after, say, hey, happy birthday, and thanks for all you do, blah, blah, blah. You can be like, fuck you, I hate you, but here's a couple bucks. Whatever you want. My birthday's coming up, though, so. But normally I don't ask for birthday gifts. Normally I don't even celebrate it, but other people do. So if you want to, June 4th. And do you know how many years that will make me old? I don't think it makes me old. I think, you know how many years that is, though? Zen is a Gemini. Yes, I am. Can't you tell? Which eye do you think has the gem in it? This one or this one? You see there's a difference there? If you didn't know, now you know. And I seen, funny enough, I seen 3 dogs the last 2 days that had a blue eye and a was it blue and brown? Well, okay, one had blue and brown, and the other was yellow and blue. Nature boy, beware. What, Lyric, are you saying this sounds like a personal problem? What, the fact that I'm a Gemini? Why are people fascinated by what? By me? Yeah, hit it twice. Thank you, Gary, for saying it. That's funny. That's funny. Hit it twice. Yeah. Good thinking there. See, Gary is quite wise, quite whimsical. Why are you saying fascinated by what? Like just by the way that I am? I don't know. I don't know. And Felicity, how many years do you think it is? How many? And don't be cute. Don't be kind, and don't be condescending. See, I just alliterated with the C's there. You fucking cunt. See, it's a little more difficult to get away with calling a woman a cunt, but dudes you can call a cunt all the time. They're okay with it, as far as I know. Solar return, yes. I was trying to explain something to a couple of people that knew about astrology, and and I was saying that there's the cycles to each one of the planets, and I just forgot which one it was. I don't know if it's Jupiter or Saturn's return. It's one of those two for me. But then again, I don't know if it counts when I was born, so does it equal that many years for me, or was Jupiter or Saturn when I was 10 years old, and I gotta wait more, right? You know what I'm saying? You think I'm 500 years old? I do sometimes wonder. Like what's my age again? What's that song? What's my age again? Blue and yellow? Interesting. Blue and yellow. My colors have always been green, gold, Green and gold and purple. Green, gold, and purple. I didn't know I liked purple till I got a little older because I thought it was a little feminine when I was a child. But green, gold, and purple. 45, 42. 42. I'll be 42. As far as I'm told. However, that is up for debate. Because I wasn't, like, you weren't there when you were born. I mean, you were there, but you don't remember being born. You're 42. You don't remember being born. Nobody does. And then, so you have to ask people. Nature boy, fuck you. You cum dumpster. You're a filthy, fallacious, cum dumpsting cunt. How dare you call me 60? Was I born in the South? No. That I'm aware of. I was born in the Northeast. I grew up in the Northeast. As far as I know, that's where I was born. A lot of things tell me I wasn't, though. A lot of things say I was born in this area. But the fuck do I know? Here's the thing is, you don't know when you were born, and so everything about, like, your life before. Some people say, oh, I remember my first memory. When's your first memory? When you're 3? Most people about 5. Yeah, I was probably born in the South. Yeah, I mean, there's something like, I don't know, despite when I came here, I was like, do I have to have a Northeastern attitude and be like fucking, that Northeast thing? You know what I'm saying? If you've ever been to the States, Northeast is, what the fuck do you want? How can I help you? And cutting up. Just cut people up. Just like, I mean, you're still friends, and that's just part of what you do. But in the South, you're kind of like, hi, would you want to have a talk and have some lemonade? And let's sit and spell, you know? I'm more comfortable with that part. Although I have absolutely no qualms with getting into some, like, vigorous mentalisms with people. This is what you're up for. I would like to restate this. I think I'm happy with my new hours of doing business. I mean, I wouldn't call it business or whatever it is. But like being able to sit here right now, because no one's going to be in here. Like, everyone is sleeping. I mean, there might be some people up. There might be some people who go to the pool in a little bit, but no one's going to come in here. So like, I do this whole room just to myself, just to fucking bug out. A couple of fans right over here, just moving the air. That pool, I could literally play pool by myself right now. Okay, you guys have to know this. Here's 3 things I'm really good at. Well, 4. I'm decent at talking. Like, I know things. I would say I'm pretty much best at that. I can shoot pool. I wouldn't gamble against me. I play soccer, and my basketball game is mad nice if you give me a couple days. I remember saying things as a child I knew as an adult wouldn't believe me. Divine, you were born in Maine and then went to Cali and then back to Maine. Got you. You're slowly becoming a child again. Yes. What is it called when you get older and you become? It's kind of like for Christians they call it like a baptism or a second birth or something. That kind of idea. You're born again as a child. We just go, but you're not a child. You see the way the child looks at the universe is. Holy shit, look at that. They have no... If you put a baby down next to a snake, the baby doesn't care. It goes, what is this? And you know what? 99% of the time, that snake will not bite that child. You watch, go look it up. Go on YouTube after this, after you're done listening to me talk about this shit. Go look up Indian family baby snake, something like that. You'll see a fucking boa constrictor, cobras, like whatever, just slithering around in a baby, slapping it, and it's hissing and going, but the snake is playing with the baby, and the baby is playing with the snake, and the family's just sitting around going, it's just what it is. There's no. And so you're reborn into that state of consciousness where you still have your faculties. Your brain still works. You still have all of the, here's how I interact with people. If I have to talk and do these things, you're reborn into that. That you just go, look at this. There's flowers right here. Look at this. How did they make this brick wall? Look at how nice that job is. Like for me, I would go, look at this. They just did a really good job with putting that drywall up and making the seam right there between the concrete and the Who cares in this lifetime when we are born? It's an insignificant speck in our incarnation. Well, yeah, but maybe that's a bad attitude to have, because if you don't think that right now what I'm doing is significant, and if you don't believe that you're significant, then you'll live your life being insignificant. You're not like a little dot in the middle of the cosmos on a blue ball. It's a tiny thing. That's inconsiderate to yourself, and that's low self-esteem. And I will not have that here. I mean, it's good to humble yourself. It's good to go, shit, I mean, who the fuck am I? But at the same time, like, you have to be like, my life has value. Why wouldn't I be doing this? I'm very significant to this world. In fact, I might be one of the most significant people that has ever graced this realm. You have to say it to yourself once in a while, even if you don't believe it. Just say it to yourself. Just say, my life has value, meaning I'm significant, I'm important. Because if you don't, you just end up every day going, I fucked up, I'm a failure, I've done nothing good, I don't help anyone. When people say that to me, I'm just like, go fucking eat your own shit, you retard. Why? Because someone tell me that I'm not important. That's not a good idea, because it means that they're projecting their own insecurities on me. I got stocks, bonds, and securities across the realm. I'm worth $369 trillion. You don't think so? Like, if you're worth $369 trillion, why aren't you like in the greatest place on earth, next to a pool, sitting on a leather sofa? And I'd be like, but I am. Touche. Yeah, Callie, I don't know anything. Shasta? I've never been to Shasta. Dying so many deaths, man. Dying is the easiest thing to do, as long as you know how to do it. That's when people talk about ego death, what they're talking about is killing little aspects of themselves that aren't helpful to their experience. It doesn't matter what everybody else is, because no one's gonna love you and like you all the time. So it is how to better your existence, and hopefully everyone else's. I mean, some people go, well, you gotta help everyone else. Like, how do you help? Look at if you have $0 to your name, nothing, and somebody asks you for something, how can you give them anything? You don't have it. So what must be the most important thing in the world? You. I mean, for me, it's me. That's narcissistic. That's egoistic. You think you're gonna get rid of your ego? Nah, never gonna happen. It's not gonna. Ego. People are like, ego death. I had an ego death. Like, no, you didn't. When people talk about ego death and they had this, man, I go, no, you didn't. Because if you did, you wouldn't be sitting here fucking talking to me. Because you'd be saying, oh, like this. You'd just be drooling, doing nothing, staring at a wall. You wouldn't be eating. You wouldn't be consuming. You wouldn't be speaking. You wouldn't have a phone. You wouldn't have a fucking. You wouldn't do any of this. You can't kill the ego, because the ego it barely exists. The ego is only the construct that you put on yourself. The ego is well, this is what I am. This is how I am. And so you define yourself. So your definition of yourself is your ego. You can't kill that. You're always going to have to define what you are. Like, I mean, will I always be in this skin suit and looking like this and doing this? No. But it's helpful. It's helpful that I am. For me, for my mental sanity, I must be like this, and you must be like that, and you must be over there. We're not like, we're all one thing. We're just gonna flowing in the infinite cosmic universe. Those people I want to kick right in their fucking dicks. I want people to grow dicks just so I can kick them in it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because they're like, oh, feel everything. Oh, feel me do this. You're not quite understanding what ego is. If you kill your ego, you kill yourself. But dying is just removing aspects. But as soon as you do, you're going to fill it up with something else. Thank you, Divine. We're only here to be here. Yeah, if you get rid of your ego, it's like saying I have no spirit. Yeah. People sometimes have no soul because you grow and develop the soul. It's this process. But the spirit is what is the animating factor. If you're not animated, then you have no spirit. And if you have no identity as an egoic being, it's not like getting into the ego, the id, and the super id. We're not gonna do all that. Just saying what people generally mean when they say ego. It's just a collection of your experiences. It's not. If you define yourself too much and you're like, this is what I'm a school teacher, I'm a garbage man, I'm a whatever the fuck it is. That starts to define an ego in a bad way. But if you define your ego in a good way, you say, well, no, I'm expressive, I'm expansive, I'm finding new things and morphing constantly into a new something. That's not killing the ego. It's growing it. Tame your ego, don't get rid of it. Thank you. Lyric Sense, you don't like Alan Watts because he's all about the ego death talk? Lyric Sense, that makes no sense because he literally doesn't talk about that. And he absolutely factually, you said, you don't like Alan Watts because that's all he talks about? No, he's made a few videos on that. That's ignorant as shit on your part. He talks about how there is no such thing as ego death because the ego does not exist. That's his words. Don't mistranslate it. Fucking see, that would be like listening to me talk, and I have 2,000 videos and say, will you listen to one thing? He said, no. He's done more work in this world. You don't like him because he said, no, you don't even know what the fuck he said. Well, you don't exist to me. How's that? You know, that's like saying it does exist. Yes, he said it in the. See, I'm not going to tell you about what he said because you obviously don't listen. You're not a good listener, are you? Is that your ego not listening? When he said the ego doesn't exist, it was in reference to saying that everybody, he said the biggest con game in the world is the ego death. And I'm giving a further explanation of what he's saying. The biggest con game in the world is the ego death because you can't kill something that isn't there. And what he's saying is, if it's not there because it's always amorphous, it's always moving, it's always something new. It's not an if there's a physical something, if you have a piece of paper, you can burn it, but an ego is not a piece of paper. Here, I'll show you what it is. It's right there. It's written here. I seem to be a verb. A noun is a person, place, thing. It's an object. It's qualifying a physical form of something. And when people say ego, they're saying the ego is a thing. And when he says it doesn't exist, he's saying it doesn't exist as a proper thing. You can destroy the body. You can destroy a place, a thing, an object. You can rearrange it, but the ego doesn't exist in the sense that it's always something different. Like you thought you were smart 2 minutes ago when you said that. Now you think you're a dummy. And then you're like, oh, now you've come to enlightenment. You've realized you said some dumb fucking shit to somebody wildly more intelligent and enlightened than you'll ever be. But I say that with jokes. I mean, it's just, you listen, when people listen to half the words, it's like that's like reading a book and reading like the first two sentences and like this book is shit. I'm sorry, you didn't read the whole fucking book, did you? Go apologize to yourself. Don't apologize to me. Go apologize to Alan. Where's he at now? I guess he still has an ego, despite not being alive, because you're talking about his aspect, his entity that was informing people of what the ego is and isn't. Now does it make sense? Yeah, so you see, whenever I do those little moments, like people really think I'm like disjointed or upset, or it's not. It doesn't mean anything on your spirit. Like, you don't need to like him. I don't really. Why should I be like what I just did? Like, should I really fucking care? Whether, like, if you don't like me, would I really care? Like, I can't do anything about that. Like, should I just go out of my way? Like, there's one person that doesn't like me. What can I do? Could you imagine what it would take? Like, I can't believe you don't think Robin Williams is a great actor. You don't like Bill Burr's comedy? You don't think that go through all these shits, like what? You don't like Dolores Claiborne? Like, I don't. Who the fuck cares? It wasn't diminishing your spirit. It wasn't diminishing anything about your spirit. It's just saying that you're was it inculcated in ignorances? Is that what it is? So to have ignorance of something is to do absolutely no research on what the fuck you're talking about. That's all I would say. It's like I don't. For me, I would say that I don't know of too many more important people on the planet than Manly P. Hall, Alan Watts, and Buckminster Fuller. Now, are they all white men? Is that going to cause some problems for people? It just so happens that those are the people that have written books on philosophy. And so, as far as philosophical concerns are, which is everything is philosophy. And the original philosophy was science. So it'd be natural philosophy is the original sciences. And the original sciences came out of alchemists, which are chemists. So you have the sciences, the alchemies, and the philosophies. It was all born out of the same research into how the fuck does this work? If you don't like what he has to say, you probably don't like yourself too much, and it's probably infected and affected your spirit. You probably came down with the Ronas, huh? Yes. Lyric, there you go. You don't like Bill Burr either? Now you're just playing me, huh? Yeah. White Path? But so had everybody else. Thank you. What's up, Christos? Yeah, I mean, I haven't done the Zoom chat in a bit, but we'll do that soon. I still have that. I just haven't done it because my shows have been different hours than I used to. There used to be like a general audience that would come through, and we would bug out with a bunch of us. But then it got a little like, I don't know, too many people in the room, so it was like, no longer was it me one directionally talking, it was like a whole bunch of interaction occurring. And I was like, people talking over each other, and it was a shit show. But whatever, we'll get back to the Zooms. Well, Manly Lyric, see, I'm going to tell you again, Manly P. Hall is not misunderstood. He's not misunderstood. No, that's wrong. Anybody that has an opinion on Manly P. Hall probably has not. The same way you don't know Alan Watts, what he's saying, you didn't pay attention. You're not listening to what everyone that I've ever heard, well, Manly P. Hall was a Mason. I'm like, did you ever? I've listened to hundreds, if not thousands, of hours of Manly P. Hall talk, and I've never heard him say anything that was trying to or attempting to misguide people or anything uncaring, unloving, and unworthy of being spoken. The only people that say it's not misunderstanding what he's saying, it's literally just going, Manly P. Hall, fuck that dude. Because they didn't listen. Because they chose not to. They ignored it. They didn't misunderstand it. They ignored it. Ignorance is not misunderstanding. And I can say without question that people do not misunderstand Manly P. Hall. They ignore him. Steiner's cool. I don't know I know who he is and I know of his work, but I don't know it well enough to speak on it. Oh, okay. He goes over people's heads. Yes, he goes over people's heads because they're not. It'd be like if I started speaking Spanish right now, everybody here would just be like, I have fucking no idea what he's saying. But I'm like, he's literally using he's using the alphabet. He's using English. Like, you just have to. He might use a couple words that you don't know. Just go ahead and. I'm pretty sure you have a dictionary sitting. Oh, you have a computer right there. You could go look it up. The word if you don't know the meaning. Oh yeah, lyric exactly. Same with Crowley. Oh, Crowley is probably the worst recipient of such naive, inconsiderate, oblivious, ignorant remarks that I've ever heard in my life. I love when they use this one. They say. They take do you know that club he was part of? And there was a thing, it says, do as thou will. They say, oh, he just does whatever he wants. He does sex magic. Do as thou will. That's not the whole thing. That's not the law of Thelma. Do as thou will. Love is the law. I'm like, why won't you just say, love is the law? You see, there's more to the statement. You can't just, they misquote the fuck out of him. Do as you will. If I just said do as you will, you're like, that's very kind of anything? Anything? I mean, that's not what they said. If I said do as thou will, and you go, he just said do. Do? What? That's not the whole thing I said. You can't. There was commas and periods and all that shit right there. And they just want to hear what they fucking want to hear. I think Manly P. Hall explains comprehensive esoteric knowledge very, very simplistically. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Lyric. There you go. That's not. Yeah. What is the whole thing? I forget. It's off the top of my head. I can't do that. It's like it's do as thou will. Love is the law. Love under what? Wait, love under what? What's the whole thing? I'm sorry. I'm obviously quite medicated at the point. I've got a little vino and a little bit of kratom in here. And most people be like, how the hell are you drinking and taking kratom? Because I'm a fucking professional. You can't do that. I look this goddamn good. You can't do it. I'm just doing that. How you feel about that? Love under will. Love under, yes. Yeah. Love under will. Love is the law. Do as that will. Yeah. There you go. Madam Blavatsky, yes. Yeah, I mean, well, is that about summarize it? The difference between people that understand words exoterically, meaning they're literally reading the words, and people that understand esoterics, like what's in between the words. I mean, I like to try to bridge that. I just like, there's a meaning in between here. Let me show you what it is. But most people, they ain't ready for that. I don't want to know. I don't know. That's exoteric and esoteric constructs. I might have to pee in a second. Would you guys allow for me to, after 3 hours, have a bathroom break to take a piss? Felicity, has anyone come across Santos Bonacci? Oh shit! I think everyone here knows who Santos is. One of my favorites, for many reasons. Oh shit! Oh hey. A lot of people just they got off the Santos thing. There's some things that I'm just not on board with what he says, but most of what he says is awesome because, and I explain this to a lot of people, I like what he's done because coming out of the astrology and astrotheology of things, that he was able to go from saying astrology and being a globus theorist that everything is like the sun is spinning and the earth is spinning, that he realized that it's a geocentric model. The earth is probably stationary. And his math still worked. The whole astrology still works if you place this as the realm and everything else and it works better actually. And he was able to go, oh, that's what's up. There's other people that stick so hard to the other model that I can't take anything else they're saying. Like it's funny, the electric universe people. Thunderbolts of the gods, great shit, but they can't even conceive of the fact that, like, their model still works. We're still in an electric universe. We're still there. It's still, electromagnetic impulses and, male and female dynamic. They're right, except for they can't get off the shit that we're like, oh, this dude, oh, what the fuck is his name? Oh, he's, people love his shit. I don't know, I forget what his name is. I won't even say it but he came out a long time ago. Maybe like 20 years ago. He woke me up to some things. But he continues on this sun spinning, and he just talks and rambling, not incoherent notions of anything. At the beginning when I heard him talk, it made sense. And now I go, is that motherfucker said a goddamn thing ever? And I know some of you might know who I'm talking about. He's quite popular in the truther community, in the woke community. I'm not about being woke, and I'm not about being truthful. I think lies and sleeping are the best. Lie down and take a nap. Yeah, but Santos is awesome. He did a video with who the fuck was it, from Wu-Tang? He did a whole thing with the dude from Wu-Tang. Killer Priest. Check it out. Oh, lyric, dude. Yeah, woke does mean. Thank you. Yo, the astrology and divination. Yo. I fucking literally had that conversation with like 3 different people in the last week. And it's like when people get so far into astrology that they think that's all that matters, that all of a sudden everything is divinely, it's the planet did this, and then this happened, and this happened, and it's like, yes, it's major arcanic energies and forces. It's like, but they use it to the point they go, well, it's raining outside, so therefore the planet Mercury is in retrograde, and the moon is auspicious until its light is the nectar of, and we can't go outside because it's raining, and their life is controlled. And I go, it's fucking raining outside, just walk outside, let's go dance in the rain. And they go, that would be improper, because apparently if it's 12th degree, Jupiter is transitioning through the segue of, it's like, look, I understand astrology. It's just not, I read tarot, I throw cards around, I know the energies of things. It doesn't mean that it can't be bypassed, transmuted, accepted, reversed, switched, changed. See, that's what they don't get. They're so into astrology that it become a religious entity to them, and they forgot that tarot is magic, and that you don't need the tarot deck to do the magic, Dumbo. Yeah. So, hey guys, I'm gonna go take a piss. You guys wait around, or don't. And also, I'll just remind you again, it's my birthday soon. If you guys want to tip me, donate, blah blah blah. CashApp, PayPal helps me out. Make sure that I have this cool stuff to work with, and have a place to charge my phone, and a beverage to be weird at fucking, I don't know, 7 a.m. on a Tuesday. Eat a bunch of tacos today. And also I'm pissing right now. See you in a second. The funniest thing just occurred for me in my head, which was this. As I'm walking over there, and there's 2 bathrooms. There's no one in here, and there's no reason that I can't walk into either bathroom I want. And I literally looked up, and I said, which one is the male bathroom? Despite both bathrooms quite actually having only a shitter, a toilet. There's no pisser. It's not like a separate thing. It's just a bathroom. There's just 2 bathrooms. So it means if the door is closed, there's one person there taking a piss or taking a shit. So it shouldn't have male and female in it, right? It makes no sense, right? And I actually looked and said, which one is the male bathroom? So I go in the right one, because I didn't want to have to like come out and be like, but I'm a fucking transvestite and I'm a woman today. And that's not even right. I'm not even a woman. I'm everything, you know, like, whatever. You can't, how dare you, don't judge me. Literally was concerned for a second whether or not I could go and piss in the wrong bathroom. Now, in public spaces, if one room has a bunch of urinals and the other place has only toilets, obviously, if you got to piss, there's no reason to take up the space for somebody that would be sitting down to piss or shit. However, I do sometimes like to sit down when I piss. And you're gonna say, that's mad bitch of you, son. I'm like, no, it's not. You know why? Because I'm lazy, because I'm hungover, because I'm drunk, because I have a bidet, and I like cold water to be sprayed in my asshole while I'm taking a piss. A little something you should know. I don't know why, but you should know that. But public setting, they're both just bathrooms. Shit where you want. Just try not to shit like, I mean, if there's cars going by, like side of, just, you know, go over there and do it, you know. I would suggest piss where you want, because pissing is just a thing. You gotta piss sometimes. Shit, I don't know, probably do it on a toilet. Peace out, Lyric. So who's left here? And thank you for everybody sticking around and kicking it with me. I might go back to the Cribbles and charge my phone more betters. Speed up this charging situation and you'll get some more vino. And some coffee. Maybe some coffee flavor. Maybe I will have a coffee stout for breakfast. Or maybe some coffee and a stout. We'll see. What do you guys think? Anybody? Any choices here? Anybody want to tell me what I should do next? Because you don't tell me, I'm just going to do what I want to do. Be like, oh, I can't believe he just left. He just is gone. He's not going to. I told you to go drink that beer. I told you to go to bed. Go to sleep. There's no reason for you to be awake right now. All right, everybody. I think I definitely am gonna fucking make moves right now. It is 8 o'clock something, and I also do have a couple. I didn't realize I have a couple. There's a couple emails and a couple things to answer. So it's good to see everyone. Hope you're well. And as per usual, I will remind you that you should always inspire the world. But if you can't, and you're incapable of such things, Divine, frozen coffee would be really good, and they have that right across the street, but it's mad expensive. So I don't wanna get a frozen coffee for, it's like $8. I ain't really trying to spend $8 on frozen coffee. And the coffee houses, which have better coffee, don't have frozen coffees. And I don't like iced coffee. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be a whole fucking thing. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe that'll be my day. I'll go find frozen coffee somewhere that's not going to cost me. Because after, it's $10, because I'm going to tip. So go find some frozen coffee. Oh, and as I was saying, if you can't inspire the world, just take care of yourself and be happy and be weird. And facility, don't get me into the toilets. Love you too, Divine. Yes, let's not get into shitting into clean water. Toilets aren't natural. I get it. I'll just tell you this, and I haven't done this video, but I've done aspects of both of these. The two worst inventions on the planet are shoes and toilets, and I'll explain that another time and why that is. But yes, toilets are fucking terrible, and so are shoes. So I'm out of here. Good to see everybody. Good to see you, Divine. Good to see you, Felicity, and everybody else. And if anybody ever does need one-on-one, you know that you can hit me on theoluminous@gmail. THEO Luminous, God, Light, Luminous, Theo Luminous, Gmail. If you ever need like one-on-one time, or you just need some Zen time or whatever, feel free to contact me and say, hey, I'd like to talk to you individually. And I can probably provide you with that. I'm out of here. Sleep well, dream well, have a good day, whatever time it is for you. Bye. Toodles, eat some noodles.